This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel and producer AB. What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Someone told me buy high, sell higher.
Let's get Matt Hammond on the show to talk some IPOs. Jake Wojacek from Trend Spider. We have a breaking news.
Boom! What is up, everyone? We are live. Benzinga Live. Welcome, everyone joining us from the All Access. Hope you enjoyed that. Spencer should be with us shortly. Let me go ahead and pull up my charts here on Benzinga Pro. I usually don't have my charts in this short of a time frame. We're on 5 minute candles right here. But the reason I was looking at this is because it looked like we were starting to get the smallest little tiny bounce in the Qs. I wanted to see kind of if this was something that was going up. And look, just as I'm talking, you can see we had 3 green candles in a row in the 5 minutes, and now we're getting a red one coming in. Let's see if we can bounce from here. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching All Access, Spencer and I were talking about the overall markets. It's just been a crazy couple weeks, right? If you're not, if you're trading right now, you got to be in and out. You got to be quick. I do think right now would not be a bad time if you're looking for long-term investments to start adding some positions. Like if I had $1,000 I was trying to invest right now, I would maybe take some of that and put it in right now and kind of dollar cost average just in case things... Whoa, what's going on with my screen? This is crazy. Everything right now, pretty much everything besides the energy trade is in the red. And as you can see, even Chevron, even the oil trade, giving up some gains the last 15 minutes. So as we saw tech going up the past 15 minutes, we've seen oil dropping. Yeah, Enver, I don't know what that was. I don't know who was doing that, but that was crazy. Honestly, I kind of liked it. Shelly in the chat saying she closed her Apple. Yeah, we were looking at Apple for a breakout trade that we did not get. We got the opposite of a breakout. We got another big leg down. I mean, just zooming out on this Apple chart, looking at the daily candles, right? We're not really in an established downtrend. You can see we're kind of just chopping around these levels. But we are at this point that we had previous support on, right? We can zoom in here and look. 4 straight candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, all hanging out around this 157, 158, 159 level. So we're at 162 right now. If you're watching Apple right now, I'd watch to right when we get to this 160 level and see if we get that bounce or if we get that bounce today. But either way, I mean, it's just been choppy all around. So you got to be in and out. Let's go check back out on Chevron, see if we've gotten any movement on that on the 5 minute candles. Nope, still moving lower. We'll see. I mean, at one point Chevron was up like 3% today. We'll see if it gives up all those gains. Not a lot. I'll pull up the advanced news feed. Not a lot of in terms of market moving headlines coming out today. We did get the jobs report, which we talked about, but it seems like the jobs numbers just don't matter as much right now with everything going on. All these other headlines will dwarf headlines like the jobs numbers, and the one blemish on there was, of course, that wages didn't grow, jobs grew, unemployment went down, but wages did not. Lisa saying she is in BTU, Peabody Energy. That's one we've been talking about a lot. Options Mike actually gave that one to us on this show at like $14, $15, up to 25 right now. If we zoom out on the chart, pull up some weekly candles, we can see just how strong this has been over the past, I mean, look, just this week alone, it's up 54%. Crazy moves in the energy space. Been your hottest sector, will continue to be your hottest sector until proven otherwise. Really, I mean, until we get any signs or news that oil prices will drop, that something will happen in the geopolitical situation that will cause oil prices, oil supply to rise, oil demand to drop. I mean, it's just the trend right now. I thought that we had seen the top in oil, that we had seen CVX. I was wrong. So, yeah. Your winners, BTU, of course, LNG, Cheniere Energy, which is a liquefied natural gas play. Pull up the monthly candles on this one. We can see Cheniere up. Yeah, I mean, up like 30% past couple months. Let me know in the chat what else you guys are watching today. VIG. Easy Mike saying, let's check VIG. I don't know what this one is. Oh, it's just a dividend appreciation ETF. I don't know. That's kind of boring.
I like dividends.
I like dividends.
Is my mic on?
I don't know.
Oh, is my mic on? Check 1 2. I like dividends. Dividends are fun. By the way, I'm in that XLE from yesterday. Still. So
Salmon saying, can I do the squawking on Benzinga? Charlie is sometimes not clear. I don't
Whoa,
think.
salmon. Salmon. Not salmon. Salmon. Hey, wait. You know what? That's actually a good segue into something that I was going to bring up and keep forgetting to. Give me like 10 seconds to get the whole page up.
Z Digital is talking about INDO. If you recall when we had Stock Market Wolf on the other day,
yep.
He gave us that stock at $5.40. It's currently at 25. Or no, 30. Holy shit. I mean, this thing has been absolutely running. Let's get some daily candles on here. So that was about a week ago, maybe last Friday we had Wolf on around $5, like I said, and just absolutely ripping up to 30 since then. So if anyone was watching, we had Stock Market Wolf on and followed him in on that trade. Kudos to you because in this market, anytime you can get a winning trade, especially a trade with that return, is something not to sneeze at.
I want to mention the fact that Benzinga is hiring. If you want to work here, you should apply for a job here. I'm on this webpage, and I'll put the URL in the chat. It's jobs.benzinga.com. We are hiring for our data team, hiring for our marketing team, hiring for our lead gen team. We're looking for summer interns. Hey, if you want to be an intern here, just shoot us an email, okay? Email the show's team. I don't even care. I think the main email, if you want to work here, is I think it's still cooljobs@benzinga.com. But this is our job page, jobs.benzinga.com. Check it out. We are hiring. Are you in Asia or Europe? You want to do some crypto? What the hell is going on with the camera right now? Rohan, what are you doing over there? Why are you on my face like that? What the heck is he doing? Anyway, we are hiring. Come work with us. You're hiring for the news desk. Everyone's hiring. We're always hiring here at Benzinga. Jobs.benzinga.com. Okay? Come work with Aaron and myself. Or not. I don't care. I don't know.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Anyway, speaking of oil, we have an oil guest on the show today. Did you know that?
Of course, I always know everything.
You always know everything that's going on. We have the CEO of EZFill on, Mike McConnell. He's gonna be on, I believe at noon today. Let me check the calendar.
Here, 23 minutes.
Yeah, 23 minutes. We're gonna have Mike McConnell on. We're gonna talk about the state of the oil markets right now. We'll have Tim Quast on the show at 12:30. Does Tim have the link? No. Okay.
Cool. Do you know? I learned this last night. I was surprised by this. Do you know the U.S. produces the most oil in terms of volume, like per day? I would have guessed either like Russia or Saudi.
No, that's kind of the whole point, right? Is we produce our own oil.
Yeah. So really, the European countries are in a worse position that rely more on Russian oil than we do. Although Russia's a bigger exporter of natural gas than they are of oil. I believe 7% of oil exports come from Russia, whereas like 35% of world exports, natural gas comes from Russia. So the natty gas.
Natty gas.
Natty gas.
All right. So we're gonna have Tim Quast on at 12:30. We're going to have Tony Benson on the show at 1. And then things are going to get weird because we're going to have Mark Moran on the show from Litquidity at 1:30. But then we're also going to do this remote segment. That's going to be before Mark, right?
The remote segment?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
right.
do that.
Yeah, we'll do it before Mark.
So we'll do
like after Tony and before
Tony.
Mark.
Yeah, like Tony from 1:15 to 1:30.
Right,
we'll do the remote segment, and
cool.
we'll Mark on.
Good stuff. All right. Before I forget, someone in the chat from the last show from All Access asked about a specific stock. So I promised I would bring it up here. So let's do that right now.
Yeah, it's KHRNF. It's a 15-cent stock.
Chiron Life Sciences. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the chart is not going to be very helpful because this thing, frankly, doesn't trade a lot. It trades a couple 100,000 shares a day. It's not very liquid. Here, let me bring on my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. I think Joel just walked in, guys. You want to say hi to Joel?
Wow.
You want to see if Joel? You want to see if Joel wants to come on? I doubt he will. He's not camera ready right now. He doesn't have his makeup on. But Joel's live in the studio in the office right now. Joel, you want to come on and say hi? You want to say hi? We're live right now. You want to say hi? No, that's a no. Anyway,
he's coming on.
He's coming. All right.
He said if we get the likes up, he'll come
That's
on.
exactly what he said. He said if we get 1,000 likes, he'll come on the show. All right, and he's gonna walk in front of the camera, and he walks in front of the camera.
He can take my spot.
What are you guys doing?
We're just hanging. You're here to get your stuff set up, right? You don't have to wear those. It's just me and you talking.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Not much. Where's the market?
Where's the market?
Yes.
Oh, there's the mic. Yeah, we'll get the market up. Yeah, Joel's blind without the market. All right.
Yeah. I can't talk to the people without knowing where the market
That's fine. That's fine. I don't think anything's changed here. Let's bring it up on the screen. Nothing's changed in the last few minutes.
Last few minutes?
A little bit of a bounce.
What's a bounce?
We're trying to get back to 430 in the SPY.
Really?
We're trying to get there. Yeah.
Okay. Did we take out the pre-market low?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
No, it's for.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, by a smidgen. By a smidgen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everyone doing okay out there? Who do we got in the chat here? Easy Mike. This is we saw him at pre-market prep with stock odds today.
Tell Robinhood to fill my order. No, John. Yeah. Look at this surprise appearance from Joel. Totally unplanned.
We need. If I'm going to be here, we need. Is that your screen up there?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna
have to fix that.
My laptop here, and then we can put it up there.
Yeah. We can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I came down. Aaron's gonna help me out, set some stuff off.
Nice,
so
guys. Smash the like for Joel. Hit that like
I'm
button
not
with your
sure
elbow.
If I could get up too early to get down here.
I know you're not used to it, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Well, no, actually, I am up early. But
Yeah, I know you're up before me most days. I feel like.
yeah, I'm in the pool. All right,
Yeah.
everyone.
All right.
Be good out there.
See you, Joel.
I'll see you at the club.
All right. Okay. Sorry, we got distracted there. So let's go back to that chart. Chiron, right? KHRNF. Okay. So. All right. Bring the chart back up on the screen. Yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. All right. The only thing we're gonna have to say here is first thing. Again, not very liquid of a stock. So what's that low? What's that low from December? 13 cents. Okay, so there's your support. Fundamentally, super small company. We're gonna. I guess we could look at the financials if you want to go through the balance sheet a little bit, but here. Let's just use some quick high level stuff looking at the balance sheet. All right. Well, their cash position is rising. So actually, no, it's not. Their cash position, if you compare the quarter ending September 30th. When's the last time this company reported earnings? That was 6 months ago. Have they not reported recently? That's not great. They haven't have they reported for the year yet? Let's check if they've reported for the year yet. They haven't reported earnings yet. All right.
Would you see this news? Disney Plus plans new, cheaper.
We can talk about that.
Right,
so this company has not reported earnings for the year, so we don't have up to date financials. So that's not a great sign, right there. They should do that. So that's the first thing I would say to whoever asked about this company is they need to report financials. Without that, I mean, this information is 6 months old. That might as well be 6 years old, right? I don't even know what to say about it. Let's go to the income statement. Not profitable, and they have revenue. So, I mean, that's a low bar to clear, but they've got revenue. The revenue is growing, and their losses are narrowing. So that's good news. Yeah. But again, I'm not giving my opinion until they report earnings for the year and the current quarter, because I have no idea what the numbers were. So let's move away from that. The Disney thing was interesting. I saw that last night. They're going to offer a cheaper tier with ads.
That's the news. Disney stock is down 3%, although coming off its lows of the day, it's been if you go on a short time frame, I mean, it doesn't look too bad.
Oh, that's good to know, Kadir. Thank you. I don't look at Disney. I really try not to look at the stock because I own it forever and ever and ever. It is interesting, though, how headlines can be interpreted, because you can see that headline and say, oh, they're going to offer a new tier with ads. That you can interpret that as like, whoa, they're pretty desperate, right?
I think in any product, right, you have a floor. Say your product is $10 a month, which I don't know how much Disney Plus is, but say it's around there. There's going to be people that you're pricing out with that price point. So I interpret it more as they're just casting a wider net here, that they're able to introduce more customers in the ecosystem that may have otherwise not been included at its current price point. So I don't really see it as like that bearish, but across the streaming board, whether it's Netflix, Disney, Paramount Plus, you name it, we may have hit a point where instead of just this rapid growth, it's to the point now where they're struggling to acquire new customers.
It's a hard game. Streaming, look, let's be honest. The streaming business model is just not very good, right? Like it's good for us in a lot of ways. It's good for the consumer. It's not great for the business. It's a worse business model for Hollywood than the old way.
Yeah, the TV deals are a little bit more solidified, right? You have the revenue locked in. Whereas the streaming, a lot of it's like series by series. I mean, you see Netflix will purchase the rights for a series and then cut them after a year. I don't know.
I know, it makes no sense, right?
So we'll continue to see, just how this streaming industry develops. I mean, look at Netflix right now. Netflix is, at some point, you got to think, all right, this thing's got to turn around and come. I mean, this Netflix was not too long ago, right? I'm talking like 3 months ago, almost a $700 stock. It's at $360 right now.
It's crazy.
Netflix's market cap has effectively been almost cut in half over the past 3-4 months. You got to think at some point this stock turns around. I mean, Netflix isn't going anywhere.
No, they're the leader.
Netflix is where it was before. The stock is lower than it was before COVID hit.
Ooh. I didn't realize that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many subscribers Netflix was able to add throughout COVID. And all that doesn't matter right now in this market environment. I mean, who knows? Netflix, it looks like its COVID lows when the market crashed from COVID was right around 300, 280, 290. We're at 360 right now. If we get down to that level, then I'm a bull all day long.
At 280?
Yeah.
You back up the truck at 280.
Yeah, at 280.
That's a bit of a
but
ways
it's
away.
I mean,
It's
we're
a bit
80
of
bucks
a bit
away.
of a ways away.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, still, like, it doesn't. To me, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I do think the stock was overextended at 680 or 700 or whatever. Sure, but now I think we're a little bit overextended to the other side. So I would say, I don't know. I mean, 450 seems fair here. We're at 360 right now. It's crazy. Another stock.
Crazy.
Baba was below $100 today.
What?
Yeah, 99. It was 99 bucks. Now it's it's $100 and 50 cents right now.
Jesus.
But yeah, Baba under $100. If you would have bought Baba not 500. If you would have bought Baba 5 years ago, you're in the red.
Well, wait, that's not necessarily true. Have they ever paid a dividend?
I don't know. That's a good point.
I don't know.
Dividend aside, you're in the red on a Baba trade from 5 years ago.
Yeah. 30s asked, since you mentioned ESPN, it's funny how narratives change because in 2016 and 2017, the only narrative that Wall Street cared about was that ESPN was losing subscribers and hemorrhaging money, and then they do the streaming thing, and then everyone forgets about ESPN all of a sudden. That's been a rumored spinoff, by the way. I guarantee you, if Disney spun off ESPN, the stock would rise.
Disney stock would?
Disney stock would rise. I guarantee it.
I actually like the sports exposure when you buy Disney.
Did you hear the news that Yahoo Sports may get spun off in with a sports betting company?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that could be interesting. I don't know. It's rumored discussions right now. So I don't know.
I don't think I use Yahoo Sports at all.
I use it for everything. So
really?
Yeah. All right. 11:51 here. We're going to have our first guest on, Mike McConnell, in 9 minutes. He's the CEO of EZFill. They announced some news yesterday, so we're going to talk about the news, but we're also going to talk about, I mean, come on. The oil market is all anyone cares about. Actually, it's not just oil. It's commodities. Who mentioned DBA in the chat? Who's long DBA? That's not you, right?
Nope. Who's
long DBA? DBA's in the red.
The ag fund?
DBA's in the red today? Ooh, is this blow off toppy? Is that what that is?
What about the wheat ETF?
Well, DBA owns wheat. So...
Well, that's interesting. The wheat ETF was up at one point, like 10%. Now it's down like 6%.
Well, yeah, so is DBA. Oh, wow. What just happened in the last 15 minutes? Did I miss a headline, guys? What just happened in the last 15-minute bar there? Seriously. Did I miss something? Something just happened when we were talking? Like 10 minutes?
I haven't seen a headline.
Holy cow. Oh, speaking of interpretation of headlines, here's one. Peloton rolls out extended free trial period. What does that tell you?
They're desperate for customers.
Yeah. Also, there was an earnings report from overnight. It was from Vizio, right? VZIO.
Uh-huh.
And they went out of their way to say how healthy their current supply is.
Okay.
Their inventory is, right? Like, oh, and you can say, oh, supply chains aren't affecting you, or you can say, whoa.
Yeah.
Why are your shelves full, Vizio?
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Why are your shelves full?
That is a red flag.
In a global chip shortage, you make TVs and electronics. Why are your shelves full? Huh? We don't mean that. Anyway, stock's down 18% today. Go figure. Wait, no, but let's go back to the DBA. Seriously, what the heck just happened?
Profit taking, BNZB is saying.
Jeez, wait, let's go to the XLE. I'm long XLE. All right. I need to manage this trade a little bit because I'm like I haven't managed it at all. So let's throw on a stop or something.
What's oil doing right now? Let's check.
Well, XLE, oil, same tomato.
Well, someone said every commodity. Oh, no. Oil, still expensive. Gas, still expensive.
All right, where is XLE? We're 73, 78. All right. Where would I throw a stop out here? Like, what if I just threw a stop at 73? Is that today's low?
Yeah, wait. So a bunch of retail investors were getting into this wheat ETF.
That doesn't surprise me for a second. Should we look at the flows? Here. Let's do a fun exercise and let's look at the flows here. There's a tool you can go to. It's free. It's not entirely accurate, but again, free tool, so pretty good. It's on ETF.com. I'll bring it up on my screen right now, and we can just search for fund flows in a specific ETF. So let's do that right now. What's the ticker again?
EAT.
No, it makes sense. All right, WEAT.
It would make sense.
Yep. All right, WEAT. We'll do.
Asking if we're done with Neo. Oh, did you see?
Hold on, WEAT, and we'll go when you want to go from just February. Let's just go the last few weeks.
Sure.
All
Someone in the chat that asked about Neo, remind me after we're done with wheat.
right. Oh, look at those flows. Look at those inflows. Wait, can I make it? There you go. Look at those inflows. 14. This is in this is in billion. Isn't it billion? That's in billion. 14 billion, 10 billion, 7 billion of inflows. That's not million. Million's too small. Although I don't know what the AUM is of this fund, so maybe it's not. Maybe just million. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's million. Sorry. All right. It even said it. It said it on the thing. So, all right. A fund with what was it? A fund with $131 million in assets in the last few days has taken in 14 million, 10 million, and 7.5 million. And again, this data is a little bit old, but free tool. What do you want? That's a lot of inflows. It's pretty crazy. Well, let's do more. Let's do DBA.
Yeah, Easy Mike saying
Look at these inflows in DBA.
He sold once he saw everyone else screaming about wheat. That's usually smart. Once everyone's talking about it,
it's so interesting. People love to chase, and they also love to buy dips. Does anyone know, is the RSX halted yet? I have to know.
It's a good question.
RSX has taken in $582 million of inflows in the last month. $582 million of inflows. Net buying activity.
As of right now,
Come on.
I'm seeing RSX still trading.
All right. Well, it's not going to trade forever because they've already halted a few of these Russian, or they halted the iShares one, so they're going to halt this too. It's a question of when, not if.
MSCI halted.
Well, MSCI is just the index provider. New York Stock Exchange is the one that halted the trading here.
Okay. Oh, PayPal is under $100 too.
Wait. Shelly, they're looking out for your own good. Okay? Don't buy more. Her own broker stopped her. Dude, props to TD Ameritrade. Oh my gosh.
No, I think rip the calls.
You can't be doing this stuff. For real. This is dangerous. Like, this is no joke how you get your face ripped off. Because it's going to halt and open at like 40 cents. Right up.
What I was going to say about Neo. So there was a headline out about Boyd, which is BYD. It's Warren Buffett backed Chinese EV play.
Yeah.
And let me get the exact headline. I don't want to be misquoted here. So Boyd, Warren Buffett's backed Chinese automakers, sold more than double the electric vehicles than Neo, XPeng, and Li combined.
What's the company? Is it private?
No.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say it was? Boyd?
BYDDF, I believe, is the ticker.
So it trades OTC.
Yeah, it's OTC. It's
BYDDF. So BYD is Boyd Gaming is a different company, right?
Correct. BYDDF is a Chinese auto EV play. The stock's down 8% today. That seems weird, but regardless, I mean, yeah, it's good enough for Warren Buffett, good enough for me. I don't own this stock because it's OTC and I don't know how to buy it, but if I figure that out, I'll definitely buy a few shares.
You just have to have an account that's not at Robinhood is the takeaway there. You can buy OTC securities.
Yeah, we'll figure that out when the time comes.
All right.
Cross that bridge when the water passes.
All right. That's definitely the saying. Let's bring on our first guest of the day here. Let's go to let's talk about oil. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about oil. I want to talk to Mike McConnell, who's the CEO of EZFill. He's been on the show before, but last time we had Mike on, the market was not nearly as interesting as it is today. So let's get Mike on the show. Let's give Mike the new special guest in. Mike, welcome to Benzinga Live. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday. Is that a real or virtual background? I have to ask.
That is real.
Looks pretty
in
real.
Beautiful Miami.
I was gonna say.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Miami. How warm is it down there right now?
Oh my gosh, it's probably 80 degrees, maybe 80 plus today.
That sounds nice.
Oh my goodness. All right. Mike, let's just start macro here, and then I know you had some news that we'll get to in a second.
Sure.
But I mean, holy moly, what do you have to say about this oil market right now?
Well, the oil market is definitely volatile and changing. For us, it's more of from a demand perspective. Would we see people or fleets or marinas declining orders or the volume going down? And it simply hasn't happened. So from our aspect, the way it touches us, the supply side or the demand side, or so to speak, from our customers or fleets, hasn't decreased at all. In fact, we've added 15 fleet accounts since going public. So we haven't seen, a fundamental change in our business as far as delivering or the demand from our customers.
But what about input costs? How exposed are you to the rising price of oil?
Not really. Our price is cost up, so we're fine from that aspect. So we're not doing hedging or any of those kind of things where we're exposed to any of that. We're just not that large yet. So from our aspect, our pricing model is a cost up type model. So from that perspective, we don't really have any exposure.
Wait, can you explain what that means? Cost up?
Yeah, as far as whatever we buy for it, then we price our margin above that cost. So you don't have any fixed or hedging where you may have to where you're exposed to rising prices. So our margin will just increase, or we'll be able to maintain our current margin if the costs increase with it. So
you have no real exposure to 100, like it doesn't hurt your business in any way. If oil goes from 90 to 115, like it has, it doesn't really.
Not really. I think the only thing that would affect us is if all of a sudden, people, started to significantly impact the way they do business. But there's been no reduction in the demand, for gasoline or diesel in our world.
That's the catch, and you could even argue that demand is going to be increasing if there are concerns that supply constraints, then demand goes up in the wake of that, right? So you can even argue the demand's going up. So can you explain though your business and sort of how you are situated here?
Yeah, sure. EZFill is an on-demand mobile fueling. So if a consumer can download the app, order gas as far as delivering to their vehicle, either at work or at home. We also have an app for marine. So marinas we serve, or boating we serve as well. And then we also do a lot of B2B fleet accounts also. So it's really utilizing the on-demand platform changing. There really hasn't been a fundamental change in the way people get gas since really the mid-'80s. They introduced credit card readers, and it really hasn't changed since then. So you can look at on-demand, really how it really fundamentally changed. Instacart, how you get groceries or how you do takeout, as far as those kind of things, it really hadn't changed until the on-demand platform. And then it really rocketed and changed. And we think the way that people buy gas can fall in that exact scenario, the same way it's impacted some of those other industries.
So what is mobile fueling exactly?
Mobile fueling is we bring the gas station to you fundamentally. So we have trucks. We'll deliver the gas to wherever the customer orders it. They can order it at their home. They can order it at their office where they work, and then we will actually deliver it where the vehicle is. They just geo-tab it, the location. They have the app. They fill that out. It's very intuitive, very easy to use. And then we deliver it to wherever they tell us they want it in the time frame they select.
So we're talking mostly marinas here. Is that the customer base?
Well, marinas are great for us in Miami. Obviously, it's a huge piece of the business. The boating industry is large, and there's great margins in the marine part. But we also do consumer. We do regular premium gas, diesel, Rec 90. So we service a lot of different places, not only individual consumer, but fleets and businesses, delivery companies, you name it, generators, tanks. Basically anybody that needs gas is a potential customer for us.
Okay. Is B2B, is that the business, or is there any B2C component here?
No, the definitely B2C is the individual consumer. B2B is a big part of it, fleet as well. But our sweet spot is really concentration. So we have arrangements where we do corporate campuses where people are returning to work, and we actually will come and you'll have, if you can imagine, 200, 300 people, in an office building. We can actually service their parking lot while they're at work, filling up their cars with gas. So when they get off work, they go home. They don't have to worry about it or visit a gas station or grab a gas station pump handle and worry about, germs or anything associated with that. So it's a contactless type service as well.
So you actually announced yesterday, Mike, your first acquisition post IPO. Explain what the acquisition will do for your business.
Yeah, no, it's a great week, an exciting week. So we bought another on-demand mobile fueling company, a pretty small company called Full, from the same principles of Palmdale Oil. So we get into West Palm Beach, automatically with their customer base, taking over their business, their assets. But probably more importantly, we have an operating and fueling agreement with Palmdale Oil, a large provider of fueling in the state of Florida. You go on their website, you can check it out, look at it. You can see it's exactly turnkey for us. So we have a preferred fueling arrangement with them. So everywhere they have a location, we've got fuel, and we also have parking facilities for our trucks. So our expansion strategy in Florida is just turnkey and can really be accelerated with this acquisition that we did in this operating agreement with Palmdale Oil. We're very excited about it being able to accelerate our expansion plans throughout the rest of the state of Florida.
So I get that you got to go one step at a time first, but what about expansions to other states?
Yeah, we are. We're looking at some other states. Even we have the state of New York. We're trying to look at that as well with some of the relationships that we have. But we've got a roadmap set out. If you go on our website, you can see some of the expansion plans that we have. But for sure, this year, expanding from Miami north through Florida. Florida alone is a $20 billion market, just the state of Florida, from retail fueling. The entire industry is about $500 billion. So Florida and some of the other markets, as we begin to expand through this year, is definitely going to be the lion's share that we're doing. But we're looking up through the East Coast, growing through there all the way up through New York City as far as our future plans, besides just the local ones in the state of Florida.
Justin from the chat wants to know how much of your direct-to-consumer base is RVs.
How much are what? RVs?
Yeah, how much of your direct-to-consumer customer base is
Haven't
RVs?
done a lot of RV business yet, but again, we're still growing and expanding, and it's a great question because potentially any customer is somebody, as I said before, that uses gas or diesel. So the scope of what we can touch and what we can do is huge. RVs would be a great piece of our business to expand and look as well. We recently announced we ordered 33 trucks. In addition, which basically tripled our current fleet. We've taken delivery about a third of those. So through the remaining of this first quarter and second quarter, we expect to take delivery of the remainder of those trucks we have on order. So as we proceed through 2022, we're looking at being able to triple our fleet and then to continue to grow our share.
Anything else we need to know, Mike, about the company and what comes next?
Well, we're doing exactly what we said we'd do as far as post-IPO, which is our expansion strategy and our growth, and continuing to scale this and grow our volume. So, I think we'll continue to fulfill what we did with Palmdale and Full, and continue to expand and continue to grow our operation.
Mike, thanks for a lot for coming on Benzinga Live today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, Mike McConnell, CEO of EZFill. All right, let's Shoot, guys, I've been distracted here because someone in the chat just said XOP is going bye-bye. That's not what I need to know right now. All right? Come
What does that
on.
mean?
Well, I'm in the XLE. Help me out here. Seriously, what do I do? If you're me, you're basically flat. I'm basically flat. Like,
I mean, what's your thesis? That you think the war is going to continue, oil prices are going to continue to rise?
I don't know, I was trying to ride the wave, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. You might have missed the boat.
All right, I'm flat now. What do I do?
Well, Brian Blockchain saying sell it off.
Yeah,
Shelley's saying set a stop.
I was halfway through setting my stop, and then we ended up on that flows thing.
Why don't you just take set like a stop loss 10% below where you're at right now? You can only lose 10%. Doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. Wait. What did I say I was gonna do? 70. I think I said 73. It's only 50 cents away though.
Although it looks like Chevron and maybe that means XLE's coming back up right now. I don't know.
All right. Setting a stop at 70. What's yesterday's low? 72. No, too far away. What's yesterday's close?
Ooh, Jay Rice is asking a good question. Do you have any energy in your portfolio outside?
No, this is no.
XLE?
Well, no. Yes, I've got the damn S&P 500. So no, actually, that's what that means. Is the answer is no, I don't. What's yesterday's close? 72.79. All right, 72.79. That's the bogey. Well, we'll go through it by a penny. 78. Give yourself some room. All right. I can't type. Never do this on your phone. It's not good. Do it on a computer or something.
Yeah, what kind of intraday action are we expecting here today? I mean, I don't know. Like this could be one of those days that's either a fireworks at the close or big sell off at the close. I see some big movement today. Oh wow, we're getting potentially the biggest green candle. Wait, is this right? I gotta share my screen real quick. There's no way. Look at this.
What? Sorry.
On the Q's 5-minute chart.
Orders have been placed.
5-minute candles, but this is
orders
just this 5-minute candle. So that started at 12:10. So in the last minute, we've had potentially the biggest green candle we've had on the Q's all day. That's interesting. That's interesting to me. Let's see how Apple's doing. Yeah, I mean, look, some buying coming in right now. There's some buying coming in right now. Where's that coming from?
Into tech? Away from oil into tech?
Where's that coming from? Look at this. This is a 5-minute candle starting at 12:10 p.m. Eastern. So last 2 minutes, a 0.5% increase. I mean, that's a big move in 2 minutes. 0.5% on the Qs.
That is big. That is big.
I mean, you usually only see moves that big to the downside. Let's keep watching this. See if we break through.
Wow.
We're a little.
I ask again. Did I miss something?
I don't know. I've been sitting up here with you.
I know.
Yeah,
it's really hard. It's very difficult for us to track news up here because we only have one screen, obviously. So we can look at the chart or the news, but not both. So.
Charlie announced Apple 170 calls. I have some of those right now.
What?
Apple 170 calls? Yeah. Shelly and I bought them yesterday. Took a loss on them. I'm going down with this.
U.S. envoy says Russian forces are now 20 miles away and closing from Ukraine's second largest nuclear facility. Imminent danger continues. Oh, that's bullish. That's bullish. Come on.
You know what I was so confused?
Nuclear war? Psh, don't. IDGAF.
Yesterday on like CNN and stuff, they were like breaking news. French President Macron gets off phone with Putin for 90 minutes and says that Putin plans to take entirety of Ukraine. And it was like, how is that news? Like, did we not think Putin was trying to take the entirety of Ukraine? Like we thought he was just going to go in and touch a few cities and say, oh, bye-bye.
Couldn't tell you. Stupid. Very dumb.
Yeah, it looks like the Qs are cooling off a little bit. See if we can close strong on this 5-minute candle.
Sorry, I'm doing like.
Oh, Tesla went green. Jay Rice is saying, "Woo!" Oh yeah, it's a big old 5% move to the upside in Tesla in 5 minutes.
All right, let's go back to my scanner. When in doubt, I go to the scanner. Whoa, DraftKings. In the last 5 minutes, DraftKings just moved 3.5%.
To the upside? Wow.
Yes, to the upside.
Let's check like Roku.
See, that's why I love the scanner. God, I love their scanner so much.
Ooh, maybe we got bullish news on the MLB season. Maybe that's why DraftKings is moving higher. I hope so.
No, because they all would be moving off that. Wow. So look at the pops we've had in some of these stocks, right? AI just moved 2.5% higher. What other like beaten down crap is Bumble just moved up 2%. Mara just moved up 2%. Dutch Brothers just moved up 2%. MongoDB, Affirm, everything. Even Jumia.
Good old Andrew left.
Seriously, the DraftKings is ripping it right now. You pull up that chart. Wow, look at that move.
Brian's saying this move is all technical, has nothing to do with news. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say? Uh-oh, Spencer.
What?
I'm not looking at XLE, but I'm watching Chevron, and as everything else is moving up, Chevron's moving down. Got that inverse trade going.
It's okay. I've set my stop, so I'm not panicking anymore.
All right, there you go.
Yep.
Very
well. Like what?
Responsibility.
I guess like I don't have any indicators up on the screen now. So I get like here. Can I get like a VWAP or something? Like what? What kind of a bounce is this? Is there like a moving average or Fibonacci something that this is bouncing off of? If you're saying it's technical, because I don't have any technicals up here, as you can see. So I kind of like go back and forth. I like the VWAP. I like the moving averages. I'll bring up the Fibonacci's every so often, but I'm not married to any one indicator. It's because I don't really actively trade during the day that often. So usually when I decide to buy a stock, I'll just buy a stock. No, AB did not yet give out his gambling picks.
I have not yet. I got. Let me check the slate. We're gonna do a college basketball lock.
Oh, Darren F just cited SBJ. That Darren, that's probably it. Honestly,
What?
Sports Business Journal bullish article on DraftKings. That could very well be it. That could very well be it.
Well, yeah, but overall, every like QQQs are ripping right now in the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but what's the other like Penn? Like how's Penn doing? Penn and DraftKings are peers. No, it's moving up higher, but not nearly to the same extent.
Yeah, but I'm saying look at the Qs. I don't think the bullish article on DraftKings explains why the Qs are up.
No, but it explains why DraftKings moves.
You're right, but I'm saying there might be another headline out.
Could I honestly what is this? I don't think there is. I think there's just this is just intraday. This is just computers trading with computers. Honestly, still though, we're about to go green. Not about to. I've got the SPY up there. We're now down less than 1% in the SPY. We're down 1% only in the NASDAQ. 1.5% in the Russell. Yeah. All right. Nice turn, though. Double bottom there on that 15-minute chart. Man, double bottoms, double tops. They work. That's actually a triple bottom, I think. Because what's that low?
Jay Rice pointing out Crocs right now. He says Crocs is currently trading.
Yeah, he was mentioning that before.
It's under a 7 PE, about a 2 price to sales.
This Crocs chart.
Market cap.
Look at this Crocs chart, man. This is crazy. This thing got to 180.
I know, it was an absolute monster. And
look at the move this thing has had. It's Crocs.
If you would have shorted that at the top,
come on,
you could have retired on that. And I'm not even talking about like selling shares. Like you could have just bought some puts, and the way those would have paid out, man, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But yeah, let's look at this real quick. I'm looking at, I mean, yeah, this thing. I wonder why Crocs is holding so much debt. It seems like they have the assets to pay off the debt.
Lots of reasons to hold debt.
It says it's 92% institutional ownership. That's some of the highest I've seen. And 16% insider ownership. That's also very high.
That is interesting. That's almost like a red flag when you see like that much institutional ownership. Or
I don't think so.
Well, because that means that, like, for all we know, though, it could just be like one pension fund. You know what I mean? And like that one pension fund, what if they decide to sell? Then like they're gonna flood the market. Right?
That's true. But we don't know that. Well, we could see.
No, you're right. We don't know
who the biggest holdings.
Anyway.
Oh, BlackRock owns 10%. Vanguard owns about 10%. Fidelity owns 8.5%.
Fidelity. I use Fidelity.
Fidelity. Yeah, so it looks like they have a handful of institutions that hold a large stake. Citadel, 1.5%.
Nah, that's not real. I mean, that's not real.
Yeah, they hold shares like for Robinhood.
They hold shares for the clients, so that's not really you want to mention the Batman movie? I think we're doing a Twitter survey.
Oh yeah, Chris Kache dropped us some info about that.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. This is kind of fun. So there are a lot of potential. I don't know how to phrase this. There are a lot of headline implications. Typically, when a big movie comes out, as far as headlines, you say, "Oh, like box office numbers, whatever." But no, like now a movie release is more than just a movie release, right? Now it's also an NFT drop. The big ones.
Are NFT drops?
Yeah, like there's NFTs dropping with Batman.
Oh,
so now a movie is not just a movie; it's a movie with an NFT drop.
That's not that interesting to me.
No. All right. Are you watching the Batman over the weekend?
It's called The Batman, right?
It's called The Batman. They couldn't have come up with a better title. And I'm going to drop the link to Twitter poll. Just curious. I will not be.
Won't be this weekend.
I will wait for streaming.
I'll probably try to go see it in theaters.
I will wait for streaming.
But I won't do it this weekend.
Let's see what the responses are so far. Oh, wow, I'm in the minority. 15% is waiting for streaming. That's where I am. 42% saying opening weekend. All right.
How much is a ticket to go see it? I know we talked about
10,000 shekels. I don't know. It's a lot. I bet. It's probably a lot of money. I can't afford movies anymore. I'm broke.
Someone's saying avoid Shell.
Avoid Shell? Yeah. They're having to take huge write-downs. I used to own Shell. My dad bought Shell for me back in the day. I don't know. I sold. That was one of the first things I did when I took.
I didn't even know this thing was a stock.
Yeah. Well, yes, you do. It used to be RDS, Royal Dutch Shell. It's the ticker, like RDS/B or RDS/A. They changed the ticker. Yeah. All these European oil and gas companies are having to take huge write-downs on their Russian investments. So that sucks. But what are you gonna do? All right, we're gonna have Tim Quast on probably in about 10 minutes or so.
Maybe.
Well, he confirmed he's gonna come on the show. He just didn't say what time he was gonna come on the show. We'll run with Tim. I'll run with Tony while Aaron gets ready for the remote segment. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And
man, the queues are coming back down after that little rip. That was fun while it lasted, guys, but did not seem to be in store for today.
It's early yet.
It's still early. Well, we've got about 3.5 hours left on the week. Who knows? Maybe traders out there will just be fine sitting on their hands for the day and saying, "Hey, we'll reassess this next week. I'm sorry, after over the weekend and see See what happens.
Wait, is this a true comment? Have I been like negative for a while? I don't know. I feel like I'm either super negative or super positive. There's no middle ground.
You were perplexed when the markets were up after the war.
Yeah, and because I was like, why am I wrong? Why am I wrong? Why am I wrong? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm still a little bit wrong, but
yeah. So I'd say that's the only way I would interpret that as negative. If you were being negative while the markets were green.
Yeah, it was confusion and some bitterness, FOMO mixed in there, right?
Yeah. Fair.
What the hell?
That's fair. It's good.
I mean, of course I'm long. I'm long investments. I'm never going to be net short in my life.
So what should we buy right now?
Well, my shopping list is a little bit small. It's only got a couple of names on it.
Shopify's on there, right?
Shopify and Unity are on the shopping list right now.
Well, you might be able to get Shopify for under $600 today, which you haven't been able to.
Let's pull up a chart
before COVID.
I can't pull the trigger on any growth tech right now. The market is just hit.
Come on.
No, I can't do it, man.
Come on.
Growth tech is just so out of favor. Can't do it. Although that double bottom is interesting on the daily. Wait, I gotta zoom way in here.
Do we have any tequila stocks? Speaking of tequila, maybe people will want to wean off Russian vodka and drink tequila instead.
It's not quite a double bottom. Well, I mean, Brown Foreman. I don't know what they.
Sam. I don't know. I know beer company. Who produces the actual liquor?
Well, like Brown Foreman is a liquor conglomerate. Okay. Constellation Brands, and what's the third one, guys? There's Brown Foreman, Constellation, and I don't remember. There's one more.
Oh, I just got a weird candle on the cues.
What?
I said I just got a weird candle on the cues. I don't think it's real, though.
So Dot had to cut his Google position. Wow. Yeah, I'm not buying any growth tech right now. Come on. If you do that, you're playing with fire.
Someone asked if we can look at Bros. I want to go to a Dutch Bros. I want to try one.
I don't think we can.
Well, not in Michigan, I don't think.
Right.
We try to find...
Wow. What a bounce off the earnings.
Dutch Bros locations. We should do a right. Zoli. Is Zoli watching this right now? Zoli.
I have no idea.
Can we reach out to Bros IR?
Yeah, Zoltan, can we get Bros on the show? I think we've already asked them before.
Well, let's do something like we were going to do with Helion, but instead we just fly out to a random Bros location.
Stop. Is somebody else now buying the RSX? Yo, you guys got to stop this madness. This is madness for real.
Who's buying it?
I don't know. Is that true? Wait, is it even trading right now? Yeah, it's trading.
Who said someone was buying it?
Someone in the chat. Didn't someone just say they're buying RSX? No, did I make that up?
Shelley.
Did I make that up?
It is.
Guys, you got to stop with this madness for real. They're gonna look. They already halted the BlackRock Russia ETF today, right? IRUS, is that it? No, that's not. Well, what's the symbol? I don't remember. Who cares? RSX is the only game in town now. It's the last game in town if you want to trade Russia in the U.S. For anywhere, frankly. Oh, I don't know about anywhere. I'm sure there are other ways. RUSL is liquidating. The BlackRock Russia ETF is halted. This is what you've got. Come on now. And the NAV is like $1 or less. It's crazy. She's buying calls. Holy cow. What are you? All right. I don't even want to. Yeah. Shelly, you already won the game once. Why are you testing you? Why are you pressing your luck? You already won one time. Take your money and go home. Whatever. Do what you want. You do you. You do you. I'm not the boss of you. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm currently getting yelled at right now by someone, by a colleague. That's okay. But let's move on. Let's talk about something else. What else was on my list here, Aaron? What else was on the list to talk about? We had a few earnings. We had Costco. We had Duolingo. You and I talked about that one this morning. Jobs number, which we discussed a little bit. What else? Whoa! Sweet Green's having a great day. You ever been to a Sweet Green before?
Is that like a salad place?
It's wait, I think Sweet Green is like
There's like a smoothie.
it's like it's like a fast casual salad smoothie, I think.
I've never been to one.
It's up 20%.
What about Shake Shack? How's Shake Shack doing? Down 5%. Damn, this Shake Shack chart. Ugly.
Wait, here, let's go to that Sweet Green chart. SG, recent IPO. You know what I'm doing over the weekend? I'm going to look at... Wait, what's the Sweet Green ticker? Come on. Wait, what? What is the Sweet Green ticker? I'm going to look at every single... It is SG. All right, that's weird. I'm going to look at every single IPO of the last... This is not right. What the hell is going on? Do we not have... We don't have Sweet Green and Benzinga Pro? Okay. No, this is it. Unless our data is wrong. Cool. Fun. I'm going to look at every single recent IPO from the last 2 years. I just want to see how they're doing. Because I know they're all doing bad. I want to find the best performing IPOs of the last 2 years.
Dutch Bros.
That's probably up there.
DWAC.
That's also probably up there.
But
that's not a
an
SPAC.
IPO,
No, I know. I'm just qualifying SPACs. No, I'm not actually. But that's a separate conversation. I want to do that too. But I want to know IPOs and SPACs. I want to know the best performers. I'm going to do some research over the weekend.
All right.
Tim Quast is here, everyone. You guys want to learn some market structure?
I do.
I know you do. I do too, honestly.
Anyone from Maine in the chat? No, who's from Maine?
Tim might be in Maine for all we know. He's always in a different state.
I don't know anyone from Maine. I don't think anyone is actually from Maine. It's just a place people go
in the summer.
In the summer for like a week or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at a lighthouse.
Let's bring on Tim Quast from Market Structure Edge. Have him explain to us how the plumbing of the market is impacting the price action today and this week and this month and from here on out. So let's get Tim on the show. Tim, I want to start off with this. Do you watch or did you hear about the segment on Jon Stewart's show with Dave Lauer yesterday or the day before, whenever it aired? I don't know.
No.
About payment for order flow.
I know Dave Lauer though.
Yeah. I know you know Dave Lauer. Yeah. I know Dave Lauer. So yeah, they did a whole segment on Citadel and payment for order flow on Jon Stewart's new Apple show.
It's come to this, Spencer, that for answers to market structure, we have to turn to Jon Stewart.
That's apparently so. That's what it's come to. But no, it's the mainstreamization of these ideas. This is exciting.
It is. I agree. So what can you summarize what Dave and
No, because I don't have Apple TV Plus and therefore I can't watch it. But I read about it and I saw some clips and Dave was on, so you can imagine what was said, right? I mean, they talked a little bit about the Citadel's own argument against payment for order flow, that they themselves made a few 20 years ago. I don't know, somewhere in thereabouts, and
15,
yeah. So interesting stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, free plug for Jon Stewart's show. Not that he needs it, but They talked about payment for order flow and the retail brokerages and best execution and all that.
All my favorite topics.
All the favorite topics. So, Tim, what are you seeing out there?
Well, and a comment on payment for order flow, and then let's talk about what's occurring in the broad market and what might happen next week. I think that's it's important stuff. So payment for order flow, for those who don't know what that means, it means that as a retail trader, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, your trade to buy or sell stocks is sold by your broker to somebody else. And Robinhood was the one who sort of leveraged this model to its maximum effect. And it's the reason that you can have commission-free trading. There's no such thing as free trading. You have to realize that, traders. So if you're trading for free, it's because revenue around your trading is being generated in some other way. So let's suppose that Citadel will pay 15 to 20 cents 100 shares for the order flow coming from Robinhood. And why would they do that? Well, because they can do something else with it that produces more than 15 to 20 cents per 100 shares. That's the truth of the matter. It's a pretty low margin business, but that's how that works. That's what the term PFOF, payment for order flow, means. I sell my order flow to another firm that executes the trade, and I generate revenue, and in turn I can provide to my customers, retail traders, a free trading opportunity. So then the great debate about that is that good or bad? Well, you could say it's great because we can trade for free. The problem with it, from my perspective, is that it distorts the way that the market works. That becomes an end unto itself. What becomes the principal driver of the market is Citadel's effort to produce a return better than what they're paying for order flow. And then we can't figure out what supply and demand is. Then we incorrectly draw conclusions about what is causing the market to go up and down. And, so we have a day when the market goes way down and everybody's frightened about Ukraine or the Fed, and then it goes up 800 points. And we go, well, I guess we're no longer scared of those things. Well,
that happens every week. That happens every single week.
It does. And that, people, is market structure. That is market structure. It's the mechanics and the gears of the marketplace. So to answer your question, Spencer, what do we expect? What's going on? Well, here's an interesting thing. The reason, first of all, number one, the reason that the market is very volatile, we'll have a big up day and a big down day, is because the amount of volume in the trading market that is short versus long is almost identical. It finally came down about a percentage point yesterday.
That's interesting.
But effectively, 51% of trading volume is long and 49% is short. Well, what's the problem with that? Well, there are equal opportunities to profit if the market goes up or down. It's not more complicated than that. Now, here's some good news, traders. From a supply-demand perspective, the slide in demand has stopped. It bottomed yesterday. So if supply begins to come down and demand has bottomed and begins to rise, we could see a turn in the market. There are certain indicators in the market that we track where we look at, well, what are the demand curves in various kinds of stocks that show the potential for a pretty good move next week. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Everybody who tries to predict what the market does is rendered a fool. But I will say that those indicators are there, and it will be really interesting in context of Russia invading Ukraine and Jay Powell saying, look, we're going to be very careful about how we raise interest rates, that if all of a sudden the market takes off. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I think that the supply-demand balance makes it very challenging for the market to keep its gains. I think that the market cannot sustainably gain without a rise without tech. Tech is such a large part of the market. And right now, if you look at the FANGs, they're all bottomed, but the supply side, short volume, is rising. And we need them in order for the market to have sustainable gains. And that might come the following week. We have quarterly index rebalances and quad witching. And if money begins to move back to tech, at some point it has to, because they're components of indices. And you can't just ignore them forever as passive money. So that's how I would summarize the opportunity. Could get a turn next week. The big inflection point could be the following week.
I don't know if I've ever asked you this before, Tim, but how long do trend changes normally take in your observation? How long does it take for a stock's demand curve to change direction or supply curve to change direction? Is this a several day process, or is it a several week process?
Good rule of thumb, 10 days. And it's how we think about this is that you proceed from the beginning of a month into expirations. It could be a little longer; it's closer to 15 days, but then you have a little less than 10 days into month end, and the market moves in those according to those rhythms. And why? Well, you have money deployed in retirement plans. You have options and futures that are used heavily for both trading purposes and for substitutions in indexes and ETFs, and as an end unto themselves. And then you have true ups by all the passive money that has to happen at the month end. So the rhythms of the market go that way. And it's one of the reasons I think that oftentimes market observers have a difficult time predicting what the market will do, because they assume that each day is like the next, and it's not true. It's not just another trading day if options are expiring. There's a reset, and then a cycle begins again. In an individual stock, it routinely is 10 days. That's what we look for.
10 days, good rule of thumb. Yeah. Tim, can you share your screen, please? I just want, but before we get to the serious, we can get to serious stuff in a second, but I really want to see what your system has to say about RSX. It may be broken. You may not have the data for it. Okay. But I'm so curious. I gotta see this.
RSX. I don't know that. It doesn't ring a bell. Is it an index?
It's an ETF.
That's why we don't have it.
Damn.
But what does RSX belong?
It's the Van Eck Russia ETF. All right, fine. You don't have it. That's okay, but we can still talk about it. This is a lesson in ETFs working the way they're supposed to work, and also what happens when markets break a little bit, because the Russian market is closed. The RSX holds shares that trade in London, which are based off shares that trade in Moscow. Moscow is now closed. London shares have been halted, and yet RSX continues to trade.
Right, and you're exactly right. I talked about this yesterday in the live Edge demo with the other one, ERUS. It's another great example, right? So, and I said, here's the great lesson about how ETFs work. ETFs are derivatives. Yeah. They don't have any assets to sell, so there's nothing to redeem if the Russian market is closed, and then ETF doesn't buy it. When you own ETF shares, you don't have a claim on an asset, and you don't have someone looking after in a fiduciary capacity your interests as an investor, which you would if you own a mutual fund as opposed to an exchange traded fund. And you would say, well, Tim, ETFs are just mutual funds that trade like stocks. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a mutual fund that trades like stocks. And it's not because I have that opinion. It's the law. A mutual fund must, by law, give everybody who is a proportionate owner of the underlying pool the same price. An ETF trades in place of the asset. So what happens if all of a sudden the assets effectively don't exist? Well, your ETF loses 80% of its value.
Yep, and trades at disproportionate discounts or premiums to NAV.
Exactly. And realize and again, this won't happen all the time, but I always say, buyer beware. Beware what you own. And so if you own more obscure ETFs, realize that you have greater risk. I'm not saying that the risk exists that SPY would see this huge divergence between underlying assets and the value of SPY. But it can happen in leveraged instruments. We have volatility. Those things can fall apart. So you have to be aware that you're taking on additional risk when you buy and sell derivatives, which ETFs are. And I realize the whole ETF community will shriek about that, but it's the truth. If something trades in place of something else, it is a derivative because it's derived from the underlying.
All right. Anyone have any tickers for Tim? They want his thoughts on. Drop them in the chat. We can, as long as it's a stock, obviously, we can pull it up. And I'm going to bring up the homepage, the broad market page right now. All right. Takeaways from this page. Look at airlines.
Right. Would you own airlines? Well, of course not. And you could know this well beforehand. Once the demand starts to fall and supply starts to rise, that's what that is, folks. This is demand, and demand will wax and wane on a normalized 10-point scale The beautiful thing about that is it's impervious to price. Your price could be $5, it could be $5,000, and demand will still give you the same read. Price is capricious. So would you own airlines here? No, the good news is demand has bottomed, but it has to rise before money returns. Now look at this, big and stable. Look at that, flat demand, falling supply. If you want to own something that will outperform in a volatile market, I can give you all kinds of great examples of that, but you will find them this way. This is you want things where demand is very stable and supply is insufficient to meet the demand, because that produces rising prices. Not a lot, but it will be enough to be very material. Great example in here today. You say, well, I can figure this out, that telecom might be a great place to be. But if you look at Verizon, for instance, look at this, very stable demand and supply that has plunged. Well, what does that tell us? It tells us that big institutional money wants low volatility stocks, and it will create a demand imbalance that you can profit from. And look at the price. The price has gone up very nicely. That's what you want to do. You just want to put your money wherever all the money's going. And when it stops going there, take your money out. It's really not more complicated than that.
That's it.
I mean,
that's it.
Here's a great one. Let's look at LNG. I mean, you could say, well, of course, Cheniere is going to be great because all of
Natty
Europe,
gas.
all of Europe is paying. I kid you not. Our cost for natural gas is about, call it $4.20 per BTU, British thermal unit. Theirs is $1,100. All right, so is this a good bet? Well, sure is. Look at this: demand rising, supply falling. What will price do? This is price. Price will rise until those conditions deteriorate. It doesn't mean that the price won't go up or down some. That's what you have to realize. Price will fool you. You say, well, I buy LNG and it went down. Don't worry about that. So long as the supply-demand imbalance exists, you are going to profit ahead. All other things being equal, ceteris paribus. But that's a great example. That's what you want to look for. And there are all kinds of great examples of that condition. You can look at Occidental. Not quite as good from the standpoint that it had to recover from a deficit, but this is what you want to do. If you say, I think that Occidental is a great buy, well, let's go check the supply-demand balance and look at that. Once again, demand rising, supply falling. Now, it had to recover from this deficit, and that then takes some of the upside away. It's not as good as LNG, but it's a great way to think about the data. So we can look at it. Somebody just said to me, QCOM. All right, so let's check QCOM. It's tech's been tough.
I don't know if I could venture to guess what that would say. I don't know if I have an opinion on what that would say.
I don't know either. So not bad. I mean, I wouldn't call this awesome, but here's the upside: is demand has returned to 5. That's running ahead of the recovery of the market, which is good news. And supply is right at trend, and trend is down, and it has dipped below the trend. That is an indication that Qualcomm could do reasonably well next week. It didn't do so well back here. It's not like you go look at Verizon, it's been a 5, right? All the way across a demand that's at least keeping the teeter-totter level, and then as supply goes away, then the teeter-totter goes up. So this is not quite as good, but I could get behind that idea that Qualcomm could go up.
Okay. Let's do a couple more of these things.
Okay.
Let's do we can do Salesforce for Caesar, sure.
All right.
CRM,
yeah. Owner of Tableau. We're heavy users of Tableau.
Tableau, owners of Slack. They own a lot of stuff. They bought a lot.
They do. Okay, Caesar. So here's what you want to look at. Once again, this is price. We're just taking closing price, not all the intraday movement. There are no technicals here because we're not trading price. We're trading supply and demand, and we're banking on what happens not today, but 2, 3, 4, 5 days from now. That's how the market works. And so you can see that the supply side continues to rise. It's flattening out, and the demand side is really pretty weak. It's spent a lot of time below 5, but it's recovering. I wouldn't do this yet, Caesar. I would want to watch it get above 5 and see this drop below trend. If that happens, CRM's going to probably give you gains. That's how to think about it.
All righty. Let's do a couple more, and then wait, I lost track of my screen here. There we go. All right. Let's go. Let me scroll up for a second. So, some of these I really don't want to look at because some of these are.
While you're doing that, let's do the the number one search ticker this morning, Apple, and we'll just look at where it is. Just want to know where it is. So that's actually not too bad. The trend line on supply is up, but look at that big deficit in supply here and demand picking up. That's a long way to go. It's behind the broader market, but it's got some possibility. It's possible that Apple delivers some gains next week. Okay, what you got, Spencer?
Let's do Square.
Okay.
Some of these I don't want to look at because I'm afraid it's going to be just straight down, and I don't like.
You don't want to discourage people on a Friday.
Yeah.
Improving. Clearly, if you look at the 30-day period, the amount of time that Square has spent below 5 is not good. And the supply side, the trend is up. The good news right here, though, in the last 3 days, surging demand, supply running just below trend. It's way too. Look how high short volume is in Square. 57% of the trading volume is short, borrowed, created. Yes, that's the way the market works. People don't realize that it's not 2-3%. It's almost half, or in this case, more than half of the volume. The good news, and the reason Square could give us some gains next week, again, is we are seeing a downtrend developing right here in just the last few days, and a demand surge that could give gains. It's a risky trade. It's not nearly as good as LNG, for instance, but that's, there's hope.
All right. What about... All right, Norton LifeLock, NLOK. That one was ripping a couple days ago. I thought NLOK. They just had earnings.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was ripping off earnings.
Yeah, and again, I'd say it's got one good thing going for it, and that is recovering demand. The best time to buy this was right here. So you have this demand rising and this big supply deficit. As soon as short volume jumped way above trend, you're out. Just get out. But that happened back in early February. The whole broad market topped back then too. Here's the demand side now. It's rising, but the supply side, the supply trend is up. It's 60% short. Not a lot of upside. In this stock, if you could get 2, 3, 4%, you'd be doing really well. It wouldn't be my top choice, but it's not terrible, particularly given that broad sentiment has bottomed and will turn next week.
What about DraftKings? That we were talking about that before because it was spiking about a half hour ago.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Could be weekly options in that too. It's a heavily traded stock in weekly options. Supply demand balance. It's not too bad actually. In this too, the supply trend, 30-day trend is up, but it's right at trend. It's too high at 50-60% of trading volume, but that is a very steep ramp in demand. And that I can't say exactly what day you look and say, well, the prices come way down. Yeah, but price is capricious. Supply and demand or not, there is a good central tendency here that DraftKings could give you some gains. Realize they're not going to be sustainable. So if you get a return, if you buy it and you get you've made your 2 or 3%, get out because the supply side is so high that it will undermine any gains in a matter of days. I mean, I look at this as a 2, 3, 4 day kind of deal.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. We'll do a couple more, and then we'll let Tim run. Let's do. We already did a bunch of these, so all right. We can look at. So you only do. You don't have any ETFs on there, right?
Do not have ETFs.
Okay. So
just distort outcomes.
All right. Yep.
You can trade ETFs using Edge. You just use the sector. So if you want to buy communication services, use the sector data, the underlying, to tell you, okay, I'm going to buy that. As soon as the supply-demand balance changes, then you sell it. You can trade that way, but we don't track the ETFs themselves because they're arbitrage vehicles.
All right. What about CVS?
CVS. And I don't know. Haven't looked at this. I mean, conventionally, it's a big stable stock that should give us a good supply-demand balance, but we'll see. It's a 5, but look at the supply side. This is why it's underperforming. So here's the demand right at 5, but here's the supply side. It's a lot lower than DraftKings at 49% short, but it's way above trend. So I'd look at that and say, nope, I'm not taking that.
Okay. Not hands off.
Hands off.
Last one, Facebook.
Okay.
Meta, whatever.
When is that ticker changing?
I don't know.
Right. It's jacked up the whole FANG's acronym.
Yeah, I know. You're no kidding. I hadn't even thought about that. You just mentioned it, actually. Damn. What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? I don't know. We're machinating over.
Wait. No, wait a minute though, because the G is Google, so we can just keep calling it FANG. It's fine.
Right. It's possible. So no. See, if demand and supply are rising at the same pace, price won't move, and it's just miserable. I don't think we're going to be able to look at Facebook till after March expirations. Then we can. I mean, at some point, money is going to come back to tech, not because money likes tech or likes growth or doesn't. It's because they're massive parts of the market, and if you're indexed to the market, these things are going to be you're going to have to add to your holdings of them. You say, well, wait, as they decline in value, then they diminish as a part of an index. Yes, but ETFs will use them because they're cheap collateral. Give me a bunch of devalued FB and I'll let you create ETF shares tracking the S&P 500 as though it doesn't include FB. So that will create demand, and it tends to happen after expiration. So that's what I would do. I'd wait to see how things look then. That will be at the end of next week, last 3 days of next week. Not this coming week, sorry, the week after.
Wait, let's clarify that for a second. So there's monthly expirations, there's weekly expirations.
Weeklies are used heavily for speculation. They're less. Yes. They're so the money that has a much larger effect on the market doesn't use those as much, and so they are not good indicators of direction. But monthlies are very good indicators of direction because they're so heavily used by index funds, exchange traded funds. You say, wait a minute, they have to own the assets 90%. That gives them 10% exposure to something as a substitute. And so the monthlies are a much better look at that. And so there are all kinds of ways to track that calendar. We have a version over at the sister company, ModernIR, and under resources, I'll just show you the calendar really quickly. 22 calendar, zoom this in. And here is March.
I love that calendar. Yep, I love that calendar. I use that calendar. NASDAQ has one, and I use it for. It's good to bring up every few weeks, just to know, is there any? Because there's always some random thing like an index rebalance or whatever, and it's like, oh, I totally forgot about that. So
exactly. And the 18th is a big deal because there are quarterly index rebalances for all the S&P quarterlies, the NASDAQ, some FTSE Russells, all kinds of stuff in there. So it's a messy week, the week after next.
All right, Tim Quast. Oh, there we go. Market Structure Edge joins us every single week on this show and also every Monday on Pre-Market Prep. So tune in for that. Tim, have a great weekend, man. Thanks for coming on.
You too, Spencer. I'll see you Monday. Thank you.
All righty. All right, guys, it's 12:57, so here's the plan. We're going to have Tony Benson on in a couple minutes. And after Tony, we're going to do a remote segment. Aaron Bree and producer Rohan have left me. They've gone somewhere else to set up. I'm not going to tell you where they've gone, but I hope this works, man. We've been trying to do this for a while. We keep putting it off, but it's Friday. What the hell? We don't have a plan. Christian, we never have a plan here. The plan is that there is no plan. That's the plan. Joel's giving me a dirty look, but he knows. He knows. We don't plan. We just do. Whatever happens, happens. Also, I'm aware that we need to do more Aaron AB on the streets. I know we've been lacking on that front. All right, let's just go back to the market here. What have we missed? Have we missed any midday news? No. Oh, and also I got a Twitter DM, so it's worth it to clarify. If you want to work at Benzinga, we hire remote workers. You don't all have to be in Michigan. We hire people from other countries, other states, even Ohio. We'll hire you if you're in Ohio. We won't like it, but we'll do it. Just kidding. All right. So anyway, cool jobs or jobs.benzinga.com is the website for that. John, why are you yelling, man? John, what's with the all caps? This isn't. Are you like Walter Bloomberg or something on Twitter with the all cap everything? Are you okay, man? Oh gosh. All right. Yes, you keep using that emoji. I don't know what it means. Turn off. Oh gosh. All right, whatever, man. Let's just bring on Tony Benson. Let's bring on some charts. Tony, what's up, man?
Hey, same old, same old.
Same old, same old? That's good.
Well, kind of. I mean,
kind
of? A little crazy this morning, so I got to try to manage my ADD a little better.
crazy with the markets or something else?
Yeah. No, I mean, just lots of stuff triggering, so.
You want to tell us about it?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
What we're here for? Oh, I got to share my screen, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that would help.
I don't know how I forget that all the time. I just finished it.
Okay, you're not the only one. I promise you.
Okay, good. I kind of figured that. So.
Yeah, no, you're not the only one. There we go.
Okay.
What? All right. What do we got here? What is this?
Well, now I'm wishing. Alcoa I've been watching this morning I was watching for a shorting opportunity, but it's kind of negated that. So, actually, I just had a guy tell me I just finished a 1 hour class and a web shop, and he shorted it when it got up to here to 90, and I was like, for what reason? Well, just hit the upper band. Well, that's not really my style. So, but gold, as you probably see, is going crazy. So this is one that AEM, this triggered this morning. So picked up some call options on it. Get a daily on here real quick. And it's this was partly because I was cranky at NEM, because Newmont is one. Well, you can see my trading plan here, entering at 64.77, which I did. I've been trading this in and out back since the bottom down in here. And I got out of it somewhere in one of these days. It was about 67, and I still got a profit. I think it was this day right here. It was dropping off pretty heavy, lots of volume. So I exited the entire thing, and obviously today I'm cranky because my target was 72 and it's hitting 74 almost. So, and I think my cost basis on my options were like 2.25, and they're going for like $7 right now. So I'm a little cranky with that, but I did.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that was those are never fun to have that happen, but it happens. But AEM is one that I stumbled across yesterday. Let me bring it up here. It's easier to see. And it's a gold stock that really hasn't taken off yet. And it was kind of surprising. I'm not sure why they haven't bolted. So I saw it as a potential for it to possibly catch up with the others. Kind of what I was thinking. So, and so far, that's today. That's today's candle. I just hit an update real quick, so it'll give us new data. But so yeah. But there's my list I got 37 over here on the left for this week. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's why I said I've got to keep my ADD under control, because there's so much to look at. Of course, Alcoa's not there. Apple was beautiful.
What's normal for? What's the normal number for you? Like 10?
Usually about 20, maybe 25.
Okay.
So having 35 or so is definitely more. So trying to find, I had one that I really liked. Datadog is one that I absolutely love. And I think, let me bring up a real-time chart on it. So that's the trading plan I have. Basically, it was a descending triangle, and then it cracked back here in early January. And this was the trading plan I had in place for that, which worked out beautifully. And then I exited somewhere. And then earnings was coming up, so I stayed out of it. It popped up with earnings, nailed that trend line. That line's been there since those peaks. Nailed that, and then started to fall off of it. And then once it came down here to 150.
When you say nail the trend line, how so though? Because I'm seeing that it violated it twice.
Well, it went above an intraday, but if we go to a clothesline, which a lot of times I'll draw.
That's the money. There it is. But even on with the candles, it was hard to see the closes. But that one is more clear.
Yeah, I guess I've been being at this 22 years. I've just gotten in the habit of seeing it even with the candles. So
yeah.
It's I'll remember to do that. Put it in a line chart so it's easier to see.
Well, because it looked like that black candle, the field candle, actually closed above it. If it looks from this view, but
yeah. And some people will do this, and I used to do it sometimes too, and put another line up here with the intraday moves. But it creates too much chaos. And I used to put tons of lines on my charts, and now it's like it's too much. So But Datadog, I don't know where it's at right this second. That should be fairly up to date. Yeah, this is actually.
Wait, so I just want to clarify. Wait, going back to that. So it gapped up on earnings. So now what? You didn't play it, or did you play it all? You didn't play it off the trend line, did you?
No, I didn't.
No. Okay.
Because the gap. I mean, well, and this is the thing. If that's the picture you see, what are you going to do? You going to buy puts?
On a gap? No. On a gap? No. On that? Of course, no. Of course not.
Yeah. And this is what is interesting. I hear
that brings us up I'm glad you did this because yes, hindsight 2020. Obviously, after the fact, we can say, "Oh, see, it went down." Did you play? But like in the moment, of course, you don't know that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And I do this all the time with people. It's like,
of course you don't know after the fact. Duh. Anyone can tell you after the fact. All right. I'm glad you pulled this chart up here and you got rid of all those candles on the right. Yeah. Duh. Of course. Stupid question. How could you have known?
Exactly. And that's the beautiful thing. I mean, and you want another example of that is this morning with AEM. I picked up some calls and I went, you know what? I think this thing might run 50 cents or $1 and do a quick little day trade. Just throw 500 shares at it and make $200-300 real quick. And I got stopped out with a couple $100 loss. And then it turned around and took off and ran. It's like, but how do you know? You get stopped out and then it takes off and does what you thought it would do originally. So, but that's the nature of the beast. So the woulda, shoulda, coulda syndrome is something that is, is dangerous. Oh, yeah. It's really easy to get sucked into it, but.
Hey, wait a minute. Quantum just asked, Tony, do you teach a course?
I do. Good question. Well, yeah. I have, I accidentally closed that down. So I developed it was 2010 we launched it. I started building it in 2007 or 2008, but I created basically a training tool that is and if I could clear up, I don't know if there's any confusion or not, but one of the things, I'll try to make this quick, is that one of the things that I got frustrated with when I started, it was April of 2000 when I started, is not being able to see the patterns on the right side of the chart. I started reading books because back then that's all we had was books, right? And live workshops. But I read the books and I started to see the patterns, but I'd see them 6 months before. And you can't trade it if it's not on the right side of the chart, right? There's no money to be made because it's already moved. So I created flashcards for myself to train my eyes to see the patterns more quickly and easier on the right side of the chart, which is where this originally started. So that's what part of it is. And if you go to this, where does it go? So this is my website, and it's really basic right now. I've actually got a guy working on it as we speak to improve it and make it better. This is what it is right now, and you'll notice, and this is where I know you know Rob, Wealth Builders HQ. I've known Rob for 20 years. Nice. This is his company, and he called me a few years ago and asked me to bring it over to his company. So it's marketed through Rob's company. It's all supported. He's got all the support staff. He's got everything in place. So all I do is coach. So that's where the connection, because I know I built Patterns in a Flash. That's my training tool. It's hosted and supported by Rob at Wealth Builders HQ. Oh, so I don't know if that's ever been cleared up or not. But
I mean,
and then there's 8 hours of video in here. There's quizzes, but there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So yeah, I do. And then I do a twice a month. I do a 1 hour live web shop for those that are subscribers to Patterns in Flash. So
what's the URL? What's the URL?
patternsinaflash.com. And then if you could just click the free trial, like I said, this is basically just a basic site I threw together. So if you go to patternsinaflash.com, click the free trial, and that will take
link in description. I will add link in description, patternsinaflash.com.
Yeah, I'll just show you here. So go to there, and again, it's just a basic link. So just click the free trial, and that will take you to this page here. And then you can do there's where all this stuff is. And then you can get a free trial. There's a quarterly subscription, annual subscription if you want to take advantage of that. But you get 2 weeks of it for free. So,
wow, yeah, we're making new highs of the day here. New highs of the day in the SPY, new highs of the day in the Qs.
Are we?
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, the Qs. That's not a high of the day. 340.
Yeah, where are we at?
No, it's not a high of the day. We were higher this morning in the Qs. I'm sorry. But wow.
So what else?
Very nice.
Anybody asking tickers?
Very nice comeback today. I don't know. You have any tickers for Tony? He's not going to be on with us for a few weeks. So drop your tickers in the chat. Anything you want to look at technically, he will give you his thoughts.
You ask me fundamental questions. I understand basics of fundamentals, but not a lot. So not a long-term trader. I'm sure I'm in and out as quick as possible. So Qualcomm is one I think still has some potential as well. A lot of these, like Microsoft there, this is another one that it's too far away. You can see my trading plan. There's a nice downtrend line. My stop's 301. My entry was 296, which I would have had to get in yesterday. And had the volume been bigger yesterday, I probably would have pulled the trigger, but I decided to wait till today and be patient. And obviously I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. So I missed that. So I got to go look for something that still has potential, which I think Qualcomm is one that may still have potential. And this is one of the things, especially when I'm coaching anybody, it's like, looking for stuff that's already moved. I don't want to chase things. I want to get into it before it moves. So this is one where you can see my trading plan. If it breaks below that 161 level, I think the chances of going to 150 are very solid. And there is a possibility of this thing coming down and filling this gap at 130, 135. So.
All right, we got some tickers. The tickers are coming in. Let's start with. Oh wait, we didn't ask Tim about Cleveland Cliffs, did we? I don't think so. So let's ask Tony about Cleveland Cliffs. CLF.
That's probably I was gonna say that thing's got to be on a tear. All the material stocks are just going crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
We just looked at Nucor in the last hour, so it's not an all-time high, which may look like it if you're only looking at a couple of years worth of time, but we've been as high as $100 on this thing. The next major levels, and that's something, this is a monthly chart. So the next major levels on this are, 33. So if it continues, and actually I'd move this up a little bit to here, the more recent highs. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's run so far so fast, and stocks don't just go to the moon usually. Sometimes they do.
Well, they do, but then they always come back eventually.
Yeah. So the question is that at what point will this thing slow down? So it's if it broke above this 26 and I was going to look at a bullish trade, I would do a very small position just because I think there's a super high risk of it retracing. Ideally, what I'd like to see it do is break north of that $26 level and then hold the 26 and use it as support before launch. It kind of catches breath, if you will. Because I don't know about you, but and this is kind of a weird analogy maybe, but for some reason it works in my head. If this was me sprinting up a hill, if I ran that fast up that steep of a hill, I'm going to have to catch my breath.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say you were going to stop and roll down. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably would at my age now, and with the extra spare tire I have. But it's just a weird thing when I look at stuff now. It's like, okay, if you fall off a cliff, eventually it's going to bounce, right? So it's just one of those weird things that works in my head.
All right, let's move on here. What about what the heck is? Wait, what is our RDW Redwire? Not one I'm familiar with.
RDW.
What does this company do? Very low volume. Very low volume.
Yeah, 730. What do these guys do?
I have no idea. It was a SPAC, but it's not anymore. What does this company even do? Oh, they're an aerospace company. Aerospace and defense. So they they create components for the space economy, IP for solar power, and space 3D printing manufacturing. All right, so like a 3D printing for space company? Is that what this is? All right.
Sure.
All right, yeah.
Well, from a technical perspective, I'll make it simple. We got basically a double bottom. And then, a week ago or so, that was the 24th, we had a big bullish engulfing pattern, which is a reversal, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to reverse. It just change the direction of the trend is going to change, which trends go up, down, and sideways. So, but the fact that we got a big bearish bullish engulfing pattern at the support level and it's now continuing, that's a bullish sign. I wouldn't get bullish until it broke above 628. Because one of the things we're looking for on a double bottom is we get obviously the W pattern, the midpoint, which is right there. So the middle of the W is the midpoint. If it breaks north of the midpoint, then we have confirmation that the pattern has broken. So if this thing breaks north of 628, it's probably about $1.50 upside. Usually the range that we're in is what we would look for. But there's not really a whole lot to stop it from going to 880 though. So I like this north of that midpoint. Otherwise, I'd just wait because who knows. Now, this is
what about S? Let's do SE.
SE?
SE. C Limited.
C Limited? Yeah. Free fall. There's the reason I like patterns.
Sorry.
There's a symmetrical triangle that you can see played out beautifully. That's old, but it's a good example. Wow. What are these guys? This isn't shipping, is it?
No.
I'm assuming C Limited?
No, it's not. It's I think it's a mobile. What is it? It's a mobile game, right? Mobile gaming, I thought. Oh no, it's. Yeah, it is mobile. Oh yeah, it's mobile gaming and esports. Yeah, I was right. All right.
Okay. Well, as of right now, unless something changes today, I mean that's today's candle. Did they just come out with earnings today? No, they're.
No, they had earnings on.
This says the second or first.
They had earnings. I gotta keep scrolling here. Yeah, they had earnings on the.
I don't know if that's accurate.
No, it was March 1st.
Okay.
March 1st.
Well, from a technical perspective, I mean, there's the old saying: don't try to catch a falling piano or a falling knife. And the only support level on this thing is back here, May of 2020, at right at $100, basically, and it just cracked it. And there's really nothing you can see. There's really nothing to stop it from going to 50.
Oh God.
So,
all right.
Not sure what whoever's asking about it. I didn't see.
Okay. Here's one I've got a personal investment in. SoFi. Tell me how low we're going in SoFi. How low can we go? Single digits? Lay it on me, Tony. I'm ready. I can take it.
I hope so. Well, if you can't, then probably shouldn't be trading. One of the old sayings that will always hold true is if you don't humble yourself, the market will definitely humble you.
Hey, there is support at zero. For those who want to know where support is here, there is support. I got firm support levels at zero.
Yep.
I see a ton of bids at 1 penny.
Yeah. I mean, we're
fine.
at all-time lows on this thing. So from a technical perspective, there's nothing to it. I mean, unless it bottoms here at 980 and bounces up, then we'd have a double bottom pattern. But as of right now, there's nothing really saying bullish right now. So how far will it go?
Fine. I don't know.
Hard to say.
All right. All right, Tony. Let's do one more. I think our next segment might be ready, but you know what? Let me give him a minute. So let's do one more. MongoDB, last one. MDB.
Ooh, looks a lot like what was the? There's some head and shoulders patterns there, big time, but not. Let's try to find the next major support level, and then there's resistance about there. I don't see a lot. I mean, there's a little bit of support right in here, which I would. That's relatively minor support. There's not much to stop it right now from dropping to 267. But they have earnings, of course, so that could completely change the game. Depends on what they come out with earnings. So yeah, not much right now except for bearishness. I mean, lower highs, lower lows. We've broken the support level at 325. Unless earnings changes, it most likely headed to 267. There might be a little slowdown here at 293 or so. And the big volume drop is.
All right. We'll do wheat. This will be our real last one. WEAT for Seraphine.
What is this?
It's a wheat ETF. It's a wheat ETF. It owns wheat futures.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this tear makes sense. The run obviously because the whole Ukrainian thing's kind of crazy, and I think I've heard a lot of stuff. They produce a ton of wheat.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that this is going up. Commodities are going crazy. So, but from a technical perspective, I mean, a little bit of resistance right there, but the next level is there, and the next major level's up here. If it keeps going, which with that kind of momentum, it's probably going to. So, but it might be it's a little too exhausted for me right now. I would wait for it to. I'd look for it to create some kind of flag or pennant pattern. So if it dances around here for the next week or week and a half and just kind of goes sideways, then I'd put a hook up above it and say if it runs north some more, then I want to be there.
All right, Tony, going to let you run here. Tony Benson, Patterns in a Flash. Always a pleasure, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Guys, I have no idea what's about to happen. All right, I'm going to bring on Aaron. I don't know. I don't even know if he knows I'm going to bring him on. Aaron?
I'm here. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep, we are out here on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
On the ice rink. We've got people skating, people flying around me, and this is Benzinga Live.
All right. Wait, now where's he going? He's going away. All right. What is the sentiment out there, Aaron? How do people feel about the market right now?
The people out here are just like the people in the markets. They're just trying to stay on their feet, Spencer.
Oh! Did you just come up with that? That was good, man.
I did. I can't stop really well, so I'm just going to run into this wall right here. Boom. All right. How's everyone doing?
Dude, Benzinga has insurance, right? I think we have insurance. We better have insurance after this one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, like I said, it's pretty nice out here. People just enjoying the day.
Can I ask if we got permission to do this, or do we just show up and start filming?
I'll defer to Rohan on that one.
That's fair. Do we have? I don't even know. Yeah, he doesn't know either. That's fair. All right. AB, they're asking in the chat what you can do. Like, what are your skills? Do you have any?
My biggest trick is I can skate for somewhere between 2 and 3 seconds on one skate. So let me try to showcase that real quick.
Okay. This is not. Okay.
All right,
okay.
wait,
Good.
hold on. Can you see my skates?
Yes.
All right. Hold on. Here we go.
God.
All right. That was 2 seconds.
All right, this is better than the time Jason fell on his face or wherever he fell. Good, awesome, man. We've been trying to do this for all season. We haven't gotten around to it yet, and they're about to.
Well, I want to do a full show from out here. It feels really nice. I feel like we'd get a lot of. I don't know. I have eyes on the LED screen, so I'm still watching the tickers.
Nice.
But
nice.
Outside of that, you know, I don't really know what's going on in the markets. Have I missed anything?
Yeah. Well, for a moment there, we were making new highs of the day, and now we're not. So there was a brief rally there in the SPY, but awesome. I'm glad you were able to get outside here.
Yeah, it's nice
yeah.
out. I mean, it's kind of chilly here still, but the sun's shining. People are out. People are skating. People are falling. Can I ask you a favor real quick? Oh, sorry. 1 second. Just 1 sec. I got to get my phone out.
Be careful.
Oh. All right, let me get my camera out. Can you take a picture for me, please?
Like a portrait or just right?
Can you get?
You want
Oh,
that in the background?
Can you get that way, please?
Oh, sure.
It's not gonna.
Just no. Here, let's just get like.
Want to go back some more?
No, you're fine right there. Let's just get like over there.
StockX?
Yeah, just get a picture of the StockX.
You want to be your picture and that in the back? Okay.
No, you can just get a picture of that.
Oh, just that?
Yeah.
I'm going to do two. We'll do that one and I'm going to do the photo.
He doesn't.
Perfect.
She doesn't
Thank
get
you
it.
so much.
She doesn't.
Have a good one.
He just got here to take a picture of something that he could have done.
All right. Mission success.
Oh gosh. She was
All
like,
right.
"Yo," she was like, "Wait." She was like, "You don't want to be in the picture?" You're like, "Nah."
That was a Raznik special.
Oh my gosh.
But there are some people out here that have some nice moves. This guy right here, he's got some nice moves. Yeah, you want to come over here for a second? I've been watching you. How long have you been skating for?
About 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
What's your biggest advice to someone that's just now ice skating?
Just get your balance down. Once you get your balance together, then everything just comes all together, you know. Just get your balance. Worry about the balance first.
All right, I don't know how much my mic's picking up of him, but he's saying get your balance. That's key
Yeah.
number one. So my biggest problem, I can stay on my feet, I just can't stop.
Okay.
Like, well, I can run into the wall, but outside of that, I can't really stop.
Right. You want to learn how to stop?
No. Oh, do I want to learn?
Yeah, it's real quick.
Am I gonna fall?
No, I don't think you'll fall.
All right.
It's just it's a basic way, you know.
Okay.
Just drag the toe.
Just drag the toe.
Yeah, just when
Just-
you're going, drag the toe.
Okay.
Then when you get ready, you know what I'm saying, do the other stop, then you try the other stop.
He makes it look really easy. All right, I'm gonna give this a try real quick.
Oh gosh. He's gonna sue us.
Has anyone got a helmet? All right, just drag. All right. I'll let these people go in front. I don't want. All right, we've got a lane. Here we go.
Oh god. Please don't die, Aaron. We need you. Oh, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad,
I
Aaron.
almost had it. He's nodding in approval right now. That was very close.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. All right. Skating
Wait,
lessons 101 from One Campus Martius.
Wait, Aaron, do you want to talk to Mark Moran right now?
Let's do it. Let's bring Mark on.
Yeah,
We're
can I bring Mark on? I don't know if I assume you'll be able to hear him. If you can hear me.
I hope
Yo,
so.
Mark.
Oh.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good. Aaron is live from the ice rink outside of our office. Aaron, can you hear Mark?
I can hear Mark. Mark, how you doing?
Amazing. Not as good as you. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, you know,
What a surprise.
we decided to match the markets today.
Uh-huh.
We might as well go on a surface that's unstable and very
A
slippery.
little icy, yeah.
A little icy. I mentioned that the skaters out here are a lot like the investors on Wall Street. They're just trying to stay on their feet, Mark.
I love it. I love it. You know, I do the same thing when I ice skate as well. So, but I usually fall, which looks like my portfolio today.
Oh, all right.
Jeez.
Some traffic out here.
Yeah.
But Mark, so I understand today we want to talk some mergers and acquisitions. What's been going on in the space? I mean, obviously mergers and acquisitions, hot during COVID. Now we're going into a war, kind of two black swan events back to back. What does this mean for mergers and acquisitions?
Well, it's really interesting because entering this year, deal makers really thought that this would be a good year, but it wouldn't eclipse anything that happened in 2021, which was kind of the record-breaking year of M&A, where we crossed the threshold of $5 trillion overall in M&A deal volume. It was up 60% year over year. And so, when you think about 2021 and just M&A in general, it's very cyclical, right? And it's something that you don't want to deal with volatility at all. And so last year, kind of all of these factors came together. You had a lot of excess stimulus in the market. You had a ton of private funding, record levels of dry powder overall. You had a lot of sovereign wealth funds, hedge funds getting involved, everything like that, right? But there's a lot of confidence. And then bring that fast forward right now, things were looking good, but no one really thought that all of these stars would align again. And then Ukraine happens. And so we're at a point where all this uncertainty is coming to the forefront. It's affecting everywhere, where you have sanctions that kind of ripple throughout the overall global markets and make it so that it's going to be tough for any deal maker to get things done, because uncertainty and volatility, those are the worst enemies of anyone trying to do a deal right now.
And wait, that could mean like lack of IPOs and SPACs,
exactly,
obviously.
exactly.
But IPOs really is what you're referring
Well, I'm
to.
curious if mergers and acquisition in the private space versus the public space, which one will be more affected by this?
So definitely in the public space, obviously, I mean, you have value that's dependent on what's going on in the markets, right? And so if value is fluctuating overall, that's going to be based off of, is someone going to blow up the power point or the power plant, not PowerPoint, in Ukraine? Is someone going to do X, Y, Z? And that's changing, the treasury yield is changing everything that's going on in the markets. No one's going to be able to find a common ground for value and be able to get anything done. So for the private markets too, which are less kind of global, if we're thinking about it just domestically, those deals, especially ones where you have private equity firms involved, those are going to continue to get done. But it's kind of these cross-border, very large ones that won't happen. I mean, when you think about overall M&A volume right now, there's 300 billion in deals in Europe that will be affected by this, that could potentially all get put on hold.
Damn. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So last Friday when you were on, Mark, we touched on kind of energy, what's going on in oil. I said, we kind of agreed that we wouldn't be surprised if the top was in for oil. We were wrong on that. Do you expect this? Yeah, I mean, flat out, I was wrong. Do you expect kind of oil to continue to trend higher? What's going on in the energy space?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I would not take my own investment advice on oil, but I do think, it's going to keep going up as we continue to see this scarcity going on. If we stop all imports from Russia, just going to continue to send the price up, and it's going to be really interesting to see how OPEC responds to all of this. But I mean, it's something that no one really thought we'd be here. If I were working doing FP&A at a corporate 500, I'd be very fascinated by how you think about kind of the future planning of, are we going to open up all these wells? Are we going to kind of get the drilling going? What are we going to do in the near future in terms of our CapEx spend? Or do we think this is something that is going to normalize and things will be back to normal in the future? Who knows?
100%.
Wait, can I switch gears for a second, Mark?
Yeah.
When you hopped on, you said that we got to talk about Walter Bloomberg.
Okay,
Wait,
so
did
were
I miss
talking about
something?
it like 30 minutes ago.
I know, because we had someone in our chat who's stuck on the all caps, and I wasn't sure if it was the same guy. But what's up?
I love the chat on the side, but okay, do you guys know who Walter Bloomberg is?
No,
Does
you?
Anyone know? So I've heard, I haven't been able to confirm it, but someone told me it was Martin Shkreli, that no one has seen Walter Bloomberg or him in the same jail cell, so I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments knows.
I've heard Walter Bloomberg's in some like random European country that I've heard of like a couple times in my life.
Okay.
Like Liechtenstein or something.
Okay,
like
he's in Luxembourg or something.
Luxembourg, exactly.
Yeah.
Like somewhere I didn't even know was a country. But yeah, that's all I know really about him. But there are some wars out there. There's another guy who tweets kind of just like Bloomberg terminal headlines, and they're always trying to beat each other out. So
I mean, it's honestly amazing to watch, because it's like, what if they're bots? What if they're sentient and they're just slowly learning more and more? They're going to take over. Who knows? But it's weird because sometimes Walter will actually like comment normal human sounding things. Like he said something the other day where it's like, I know it's been a tough day, everyone. Hope everyone has a good weekend.
I saw that.
I don't know how I feel about it. I felt a little uncomfortable. What did you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did no caps for it too. So it really broke all character. It made me feel like I didn't know. I didn't have any certainty in life. If Walter Bloomberg's not tweeting in all caps, then I don't know what else I can rely on.
Yeah, like, you know, and now, like, I can't rely on that. I can't rely on you being at a desk and not ice skating. Everything is just thrown for a loop right now, right?
Our trust issues are being exacerbated tremendously.
I know, wild times.
Let's see, anything else on your radar, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I think too, when you're kind of thinking about M&A, right, is that this is something that in 2021, all of this deal volume that happened, you know, there's a lot of unique factors, right? But a lot of it too was making up for stuff that happened in 2020 that executives felt that they needed to kind of catch up to the market, figure out what was going on, and a lot of business models changed. And I don't think any of that has structurally changed since the Ukraine situation has occurred, but it's something that I think is going to give pause for a lot of people. That, you know, when you think about the number of outsourced tech roles that are in Ukraine that will be affected by this, of just kind of in general, you know, I was thinking about it. If you think about overall for the world, right, we're much more interconnected than we were historically, right? So any global geopolitical event is something, it's going to have more of an impact overall on the world. You know, in 1998 with the Russia sovereign crisis, you probably could still do deals in Europe with M&A. I don't know. I wasn't really working back then. I think I was like 7. But now, you know, it's something that you're doing a deal that you have operations in even England. It's going to be affected by this, and that people may have to put on hold. So we just live in a very unique time, I think. And it's like all of these deals, the 300 billion in Europe, they're on hold. Who knows what happens to them, and who knows when this gets resolved, right? But I think once it does get resolved, and, you know, we kind of see the sanctions stop rippling through, everything will pretty much pick back up relatively quickly.
I just wanted to put a bow on the Walter Bloomberg thing. If those of you have no idea what we're talking about, it's just this guy on Twitter, and his handle is Delta1. I put the link in the chat. He's this guy who exists seemingly to just copy and paste from the Bloomberg terminal headlines at all hours of the day and night.
Exactly.
That's why it's like, it can't be just a person, because he's doing this like all day and all night, and I don't understand when he would sleep.
By the way, do we know why his handle is Delta1?
No. We don't know when. He's a mystery.
And then the asterisks of you know, right in front of the W, like, it's all so weird to me.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, we don't know what that means. It's all very cryptic.
This guy's got 500,000 followers.
I mean, and then it's just this picture of this guy, right, who looks like a normal guy. We're all thrown off by this.
I mean, I think it's obviously a bot as well. But then if it's a bot, then what gives about that random tweet the other day that wasn't in? So I don't know.
Is that more depth?
It's like Mark said, they're getting more sentient. They're becoming more human-like.
But maybe this is something like, you know, we're going to look back and we should have realized what was going on at the time, and, you know, hey, we just ignored it, and then Walter takes over the world.
So Mark, going back to the M&A space.
Going back to M&A from Walter, yeah.
From Walter, we're just ping-ponging back and forth between M&A and Walter. But is there a scenario you could see on the public M&A in space? Maybe some stock is depreciating a lot, and some CEO or insider owner wants to get out, so maybe they want to do a deal now that the markets are coming down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that's something that's interesting, because normally during kind of robust valuation times, that's when more M&A deals are happening, because if you're the seller, if you're the target, you're going to feel more comfortable with the valuation you're getting from the public markets. And then if you're the acquirer, you're going to be, okay, hey, maybe I'm paying for part of this in stock and my currency is more valuable than it was. I think there's going to be a lot of idiosyncratic things. Like if you look at Peloton, for example, there's someone where, you know, hey, they're not going to be going back up anytime soon, and they may be having to sell for structural reasons. So, no, I think it would have to be very dependent on the company, and something that you couldn't really make a broad sweeping generalization that because certain companies are cheaper, they'd be you know, willing to sell right now. I think a lot of companies, especially with exposure in Europe and certain parts of Asia, will kind of take a pause on that and say the time's not right. We'll come back in 3 to 6 months and see what's on the table.
Yeah. So essentially, we could see it with a company here or there, but it's not going to be or we can't predict it to be a trend that we see.
Exactly, and I think it would be something too that would have kind of started happening prior to this. That talks already would have started occurring, and that this is something that they probably wouldn't be that affected by what's going on right now, and can kind of carry the deal through. I would think that for most deal makers on Wall Street, there's not going to be new talks about various potential tie-ups anytime soon until things are kind of straightened out from what's been going on.
Spencer, any thoughts?
No. I have a question for Mark. You guys, you and your partner in Litquidity, you've got a number of sources across the street, right? Different, IB sources, right? Investment bankers. I just would love to know people that you talk to, just where they're headed. Are they just like amused at the global chaos right now, or are they feeling especially one way or the other right now?
Well, that's a funny question, right? Because I think for the people that we appeal to, kind of the junior bankers who, their futures aren't really tied up in one deal per se, it's kind of entertaining for everyone, right? It's like, we live in a world where no one knows what's going on day to day. Walter Bloomberg may take over the world. We don't know, right? But, it's busy, and it's something that I think, when you think about the macro context of everything, it's unique, right? Most of us haven't lived through a time like this, especially to be working and analyzing companies. But I think if you're a senior person on Wall Street, you're probably not too pleased because you went from having this great bonus that just occurred for 2021 to now saying, hey, we may be down 30%, 50% from the volumes that we were previously.
And I should clarify that obviously no one is amused by what is happening over in Ukraine.
I was going to say, so that was some interesting phrasing.
That was a poor choice of words. I apologize. Poor choice of words there. All right, Mark Moran joins us every week on this show. Litquidity Capital. Plug the newsletter again, Mark.
The newsletter is ExecSum. Go out there to execsum.co, sign up, and it'll be the best 5 minutes of your morning.
There we go.
And awesome. The podcast, Big Swinging
Decks.
On Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Exactly.
I got to be careful
when
the kids around.
Yeah. Just call it BSD when the kids are
around.
BSD
on Spotify.
Nice.
Awesome.
Aaron, can we get some sort of like consumer confidence survey from the rink right there? I mean,
you got to go to the people, Aaron.
All right, let's see. I gotta find.
Oh gosh,
I love this. Make him move. We want to see him skate on air.
Well, we already tried that. He almost fell on his face, but.
Well, I tried to learn how to stop. Mark, I don't know if you're aware, but it's hard to stop on hockey skate or on skates.
Skates in general.
Hockey.
Speaking of, do you know what kind of skates you're on? Are those figure skates or hockey skates?
They look like hockey skates.
Rental. They're like blue. They don't even have laces on them. They have like buckles. Can you zoom in?
Then they're not hockey skates. They don't have laces on them.
Yeah. No. See, the cool move. What I did when I was a kid, when I was cool, was I'd wrap the laces around the back of the skate. And that's how you know you're cool on the ice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So do you want to just approach someone and say just Jerome Powell, yes or no?
Ask him about Walter Bloomberg.
Walter Bloomberg.
They won't know who that is.
Too niche.
Too niche.
Let's just see. Here's what I'll say. It looks like people are out and about. I'm thinking we're fully recovered from COVID. I don't see a mask in sight.
That's cool.
Demand for oil is at, I can tell by the people on the ice, all-time highs.
Yeah.
Dude.
Travel, ice skating, you name it, it's up. Demand is up. COVID gone. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's skating backwards. That's impressive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what kind of consumer? I don't know.
All right. Okay. I don't know.
iPhone or Android?
Has the show just been you on the ice? I love this. Just make
make
it
it
a normal Friday thing.
That could be, except for they're taking the ice rink down eventually.
Well, put Spencer out next.
Yeah.
I can skate just as well as he can. Not much better. Yeah.
So you
gotta go
next. This guy. Can I ask you a quick question real quick? If you had one stock recommendation right now to buy, what would you tell me to buy?
I think Ford's good buy right now.
Ford's a good buy right now.
Yeah.
Are you bullish the EV, the electric truck?
The entire division, the three divisions.
Ask him if he likes the split up.
Ford E.
Yeah, he just said it.
The split where they did three different branches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You got the ICE consumer branch, the commercial fleet, and then of course the electric vehicle. Are you from Detroit originally?
I am.
All right, so he's a Ford fan.
Yes. Well, yeah. I've driven all of them.
You've driven all of them?
But, yeah, but I think that's the best purchase right now, given the price. And
all right. Well, I think
the
it's what,
upside
a
that's
16,
available.
$17 stock?
Well,
Yeah.
18 yesterday, but I didn't see it today.
All right.
But
Well, thank you for joining our
my
show,
pleasure.
Aaron.
All right, Aaron, pleasure to meet you. Thanks.
Have a good
great
one.
day.
See, he's got real hockey skates on. He's
That's
a good
awesome.
skater.
That's awesome.
That's
There
great.
you have it, Ford.
I love
Ford.
it. I love it.
Ford's a great buy, says the man on the ice rink. All
I'm
right.
gonna go buy Ford, guys. So I'll see you
All
next
right.
Friday.
All right, Mark. We'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks so much. See you later.
All righty. All right, Aaron. Before we let you go, do you want to just do a lap for us?
All right, I'll do one more lap.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Is that the same kid you've been high-fiving the whole time?
Yeah, we have an unspoken agreement that we
Okay.
high five every time he passes me.
Cool. Wait, I'm gonna turn. I can maybe see you. I can see Aaron from where I am.
Wait, where are you?
You can't see me through the window, man.
Yeah. Oh, I see the lights. I see the studio lights, though. All right, here's my last lap.
All right.
Hopefully this is a reversal sign for the stock market, and we're green by the time I get back here.
All right, let's see. All right. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. We're trying to do more remote segments. It'll be easier once the weather gets warm again, frankly. But this is beautiful Campus
Can you
Martius
still hear
Park.
me, Spencer?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Can he hear me? Yes. Downtown Detroit, beautiful in all seasons. In the summer, they turn this into a little beach, and here we go. Aaron Bree, live from the Campus Martius ice rink.
Okay.
This is where we do our Christmas tree lighting every year.
I'm
And
gonna try to do the stop thing that he taught me. Drag the. Oh.
oh
right,
yeah,
that
nice.
kinda works.
All right, man.
Use the wall.
All right, man. Good job. All right, that's a wrap on AB. AB on the ice. You guys asked for AB on the street. You got AB on the ice instead. So drop us a like if you like that segment. Oh, I think a kid just fell behind Aaron. Wait. Oh no. Oh God.
The picture thing.
All right, do it. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, it's 1:45. 15 minutes left in this show. Here's what we're gonna do next. I want to plug quickly the show after this is Moon or Bust. It's on every Monday and Friday, but this Friday's show is special. These guys a few weeks ago went to ETH Denver, and they're going to talk. We just published, like yesterday, I think yesterday, we just published a video recap of ETH Denver. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. We had like a full, it was like a 40-minute video. Logan, Ryan, and Mitch were at ETH Denver in mid-February. So I'm putting the link in the chat right now. There it is. Check it out. Watch it. Like it. The full interviews, I will add the full interviews for every part of that video I just posted in there. They're on the Benzinga Crypto YouTube channel. We have a separate YouTube channel for our crypto stuff. So that's over on the Benzinga. You can just search for Benzinga Crypto and find it on YouTube. All right, so I wanted to mention that. Shout out to those guys. What else did I want to say? I don't know. Oh, yeah, the Facebook thing. We're still doing that Facebook. I think I was told today is the last day of the Shiba Inu and Dogecoin giveaway on Facebook that we're doing. Oh, John, you figured out how to turn off the all caps. That's nice. Thank you. So I just put the link in the chat. We're giving away $100 worth of SHIB or Doge to 5 random followers. You just have to like the page and share the post and comment. So I was told today is the last day for that. So there it is in the chat. You want some free Doge and free SHIB? Check it out. On that note, we have yet to look at the crypto heat map today. You know we have to do that every day. So let's look at the crypto heat map right now, see how we're doing. This is the crypto update brought to you by Voyager. As soon as I find my my heat map here. There it is. All right. Pretty red. Pretty red. ETH. Wow. When is the last time Ethereum was your biggest loser, your biggest laggard? I guess it's not, right? Polkadot is down more. But still, That's not an insignificant gap. Bitcoin's down 3.7%. ETH is down 4.9% in the last 24 hours. Wow. Solana down, Binance Coin down, Doge down, Cardano down. Luna, Avalanche, and the Tron coin, right, are the only coins in the green here on the heat map. That's interesting. Anyone buying any new cryptos lately? Out of curiosity? Because I'm just buying the same stuff. I'd love to know. Noah, we'll get there in a second. Drop your favorite crypto in the chat. I'd be curious. What's your favorite crypto? I only own Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. So the crypto updates that we do are brought to you by Voyager. If you want some free Bitcoin, just open a Voyager account using the offer code ZING, Z-I-N-G. Fund your account with $100 or more. Make a trade, and they will send you $50 in Bitcoin. BFG token. I don't even know what that is. Okay. What was the question from the chat? CEI. Let me go to my handy dandy Benzinga Pro. 63 cents. Holy crap. What is happening here? Let's bring up the chart on the screen. All right. So 63 cent stock. So anything could happen here. The most you could lose is 63 cents. So that's something. All right. What's the float here? Wow. Okay. So two things this is where my head is at. Two things stand out. One, that's a large float. 250 million shares. I was expecting like 10 million. So large float, lots of shares, lots of supply. Second thing is 26.5 million. Wow, that's almost disturbingly even. Like it's almost too perfect. 10% of the float is sold short. That's like almost too convenient. Anyway, so a large float, but it's a freaking 60-cent stock, so it's still easy to really push around, right? 10% of the float is sold short. That's not outrageous, right? Let's go to a chart. Yeah, man. I mean, that 10% number is dated too, because we don't get that. That data is not real time. That's the problem with short percent data, right? It's always lagging. This is, look, I'm not going to pretend to know what my honest to God guess here to Noah is that somebody somewhere posted about this stock on Twitter, on Discord, on Reddit. Someone somewhere just posted about it. Somebody with a following just said something. I don't know if this is a Zach Morris thing. I have no idea. But that's my honest to God guess as to what just happened here. Trade with caution here. Most of the people that bought this stock have lost money. Okay? Stocks that go from $5 to 64 cents, not great buys. Could you make a quick buck on this? Probably, if you wanted to. But just don't forget to sell, okay? The people that sold up here, laughing all the way to the bank. That's tough, man. It's just this is not how normal stocks behave. This is not healthy. This is not a sign of a healthy market. This is a sign of a manipulated market, okay? That's what this is. Manipulation station. So, why is Wrap so beaten down? Well, didn't their CEO just get the boot? I think their CEO just got either stepped down or got fired. We've had Wrap on the All Access show before. I think that's what this gap down is, right? I think that's their CEO getting leaving the company. So, turmoil in the C-suite, never a good thing. Obviously, it was down way before that. It was It's been down, for the last year and a half. Let's look at some fundamentals here on Wrap. It's a very small company. Okay. Very small company with no earnings. And trades at a price of sales of 11. So it's a little bit expensive in terms of valuation is concerned. Now, sometimes that's not to say like they're undeserving. Sometimes stocks are just richly valued, and that's just the way what the market says. Ratios aren't everything. You kind of have to look at the balance sheet and the income statement to really go more. We can do that if you want. Very small float, not a very high short interest, 12%. Nothing too crazy there. Let's just go to let's go to the calendar real fast. Let's go look at their earnings. Revenue, is it growing? It most certainly is. Let's compare. We don't have. Oh wait, they report in 6 days. Oh, you should know that. That's important information. So Q3, 1.8 million compared to Q3 the prior year, 1 million compared to Q3 the prior year, 250,000. So yeah, their revenue is growing. I'm gonna withhold all judgment on this stock until they report earnings. Because what if it's a train wreck? Then I don't know. Yeah, Aaron, I think so. I think that's what happened. John, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Anyway, all right. We got like 2 minutes left, and I'm going to hop. Because I've been live basically since 8 a.m. this morning, and I need a break. So that's what I got. I should probably check on my XLE, my only short-term trade on right now. How am I doing? XLE. Hey! I turned. All right. Nice. Cool. Yeah. All right, man. I'm so excited. I just hope the news flow this weekend is not at all like it was last weekend. I was so ready for last weekend, and the news flow just got crazy. I hope it quiets down. Check the metals. Oh wait, hold on, Zen. Never mind. About to play the X-Files music. I got to admit, this is a little bit new to me here, Easy, so give me a second. I've never looked at this one. Hey, Aaron Bree's back in the house. He's alive. What the heck? I don't know what this fund has exposure to. I have no idea. DBB, what's the other one? DBU? DBP? Precious metals. All right, base is the way. I'll have to look into that. I don't have any outside of the S&P 500 and whatever the heck I own in the emerging market, in the Vanguard Emerging Markets Fund. I have very little sector specific exposure outside of cannabis and technology and real estate. So, AB, are you back?
I'm back, baby.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up?
Good to see you. Wait, why did you get
A smoothie?
a smoothie and I didn't?
You had to put your order in the Slack thing. It was yeah. You can't say no one. They Alan Vincent tagged here in.
What time was that at?
Everybody Detroit, 11:57 a.m. It was during the show.
I'm glad that you're here and in one piece and no broken bones.
Yeah, man, that was fun. We should do that more often.
We should do that more. We should definitely get out of the
What I
office more
missed in
often.
terms of the market. You said we came off the lows,
I'll show
and
you.
then
I'll
we
show
gave
you.
some back.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Did we get any headlines whatsoever?
No, man, it's freaking 1 o'clock on a Friday. Like, are there headlines? Yes. Are there headlines that matter? Probably not. Here's what you missed. So you were gone from like this point onward, I think. So you missed the high of the day in the SPY. And then we came back down.
Oh, RJ in the chat's talking about INDO. That was the one that stock market. Oh my God. I checked this earlier in the day. It was at $30. Now it's at 40. What kind of candles are these? Dailies?
No, these are 15 minutes.
Oh, these are 15 minutes? Look at that.
That's a daily.
Oh my Lanta. What
the heck does this company do?
I'm not even gonna ask if there's news.
What does this company do? 2 million shares of the float. Buy half the company right now if you want. For
wait, Shelly, your portfolio is doing great today. What do you have doing well for you?
I think she still has those RSX calls.
There's no way the RSX calls are up.
Well, I don't know. She said the Vega was working for her, or the Theta, one of the Greeks. Can't keep up anymore. I'm so happy you got your shirt, Shelly. It's ridiculous. INDO, Indonesia Energy Corporation. This is going to end up back at 10. I don't know when, but it's going to go from like it's going to drop
so
like 75%.
Is there like actually like some sort of a fund, like it's an energy, like people they're gonna
dude, it's energy and it's a low float. It's like a perfect storm. Wait, let's go way back here. How far back? This chart doesn't even go back. All right,
should we buy some puts?
No. We're done, everyone. That's a wrap on Benzinga Live. Moon or Bust is your next show starting live right now. I think. Yes, right now. So
the
everyone
stream should redirect you.
Well, did you double check?
I'm double checking right now.
Okay, so while he does, Logan's here. I didn't realize you were here today. So he's doing the show from our desk. That's sweet. All right.
Yep, redirect is set. We will be going live. Moon or Bust. Momentarily.
What's my favorite Greek dressing?
Also, I was gonna. What? Oh, also I was gonna ask. Mine's big fat wedding.
That's a good one too.
I was gonna ask. Just throw your guess in the chat. Are we gonna finish up or down from this moment forward for the rest of the day? I don't know which way, but I think we're gonna see a big move.
All right, we're done, everyone. Smash the like. Check out Benzinga Pro. Free 2-week trial. Pro.benzinga.com. Have a great weekend. Moon or Bust coming up live now.